And alright, does anyone want to give a rundown on the last session?
We fled town because I say you straight up murdered the prince, which is probably better to stay low for a while. So we left town on a random job that we got from our now good friends. I can't remember their names, but
Seven Broden,
that's it. We basically followed their invisible map that may or may not be actually real or not to a kind of like a ruin in the forests, in the hills, sorry. And then we got ambushed by shadow creatures, which did a whole bunch of bad damage. And then we also got spoken to by a witch, and Ceridon almost got us all killed.
Yeah, she demanded the knife for our lives. But she said she would trade us a magical item. But what will she give us for the knife? A magical item. Yes, but I want something for that knife. But it's okay. We got a magical item out of it, maybe.
Yeah, possibly. We'll have to see how that goes.
Probably not an equivalent.
We'll have to follow her to her cottage. Possibly step into her oven. But then we'll get our reward.
It'll be fine. This gingerbread, it's on.
Yeah, the magical item will be an ever-regenerating dumpling that's served with you.
As long as it's got a catchy dance.
It may do. Alright, so it is drawing, the shadows are drawing ever onward. Night is going to fall shortly. Let me put you back in
the map.
So, actually, I'll leave you in this one, it's fine. Unless you want to see the map of the Valley of the Obelisks. That's probably... unless you want to do something in this map.
Excuse me.
The shadow demons have been banished. The witch, if you recall, said that they will probably return within the hour.
Mm-hmm. So we should not be here when that happens.
I vote we go.
Yes, we should definitely go. Before we leave, though, Lenza, how many arrows do you have left?
Yes, that was actually important because we picked up a few. So yes. I currently have 6 arrows left.
Alright, well, I'll give you 7.
How many do you have?
I have 20, so if I get
cool.
7, we'll have the same.
I have 9.
Yeah, but you use crossbow bolts, don't you? Oh no, you're a longbow.
No, I use a longbow.
Why? Why are you making this so difficult? So we have, 35 between 3 people? You have not helped me at all. I have 12, Linda has 12, and you get 11. Because I don't know you. You're just some dude who turned up. So
sounds good, thank you.
That's true. I'll stay with my 9 then.
No, I'll give you 11. So we'll have 12 each, and you'll have 11.
We've split them up equally. Cool.
Yeah, we're splitting them up evenly. Exactly.
Okay. What about Brayden? What's he got? Who's got his character sheet? Do I still have it?
You probably do. I haven't removed it. I think he had a short bow.
He has a short bow, yes. And he has 20 arrows, I believe.
He did not fire his bow.
No.
Sadly, short bow arrows do not work in longbows.
No.
That sucks.
Yeah, not unless we had a tonga. Then we could fire them. So we'd have to get like half of a bamboo shoot, and then we could overdraw a short bow arrow in a longbow, and it would actually fire further. So I don't know. It's an option. I'm just throwing it out there. I don't know how much my character knows about archery, but I assume she's better at it than I am.
That's possibly true, yes.
I feel like she knows how to make an overdraw device. If we wanted to do that, I think we can probably avoid it. 12 seems fine.
I think we'll live with 11 and whatever.
Yeah.
So, before we head off, we should make a list of who actually has been damaged by the shadow monsters, so we know who can heal and who can't.
By the way, Oz, for your recap of the session, you can have a further 20 XP.
Excellent. I'll add that now.
Oh, I must have hurt myself when I shot my bow or something. I did.
Yes,
I got a 1.
yes, you did. You shot yourself. I recall that because there's a GIF about it.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I shot myself twice. Uh, I know that Ro got hit once for 3 damage. Zell got hit for a tiny bit of damage.
That one was the reference to it.
Yeah.
That's what that one was. Yeah, cool.
It's a
I'm
pretty
not
impressive
sure what
GIF.
happened to Nodgrim.
Maybe Nodgrim can heal me. Hey,
Nodgrim,
that's a great idea.
Nodgrim got damaged by the monsters, and he's already
Okay.
tried to heal Serajun, and it has failed.
Yeah. I know Sebastian was hit by a monster, and I
Yes.
know that.
I
Yeah,
think
Sarah
the only
did take time.
damage that was taken was, did Caradwin cause a point of damage to herself? Or
Yes,
was
she
it-
did.
And Sean caused a point of damage to himself.
Yep.
And
I think everything else was done by.
No,
Yeah.
mine's both from me shooting
Yeah.
myself. It was tragic.
Oh, okay.
Is Nodgrim's from the monster or from him?
It's from a fiend.
From a fiend.
Yeah, because he went all gung ho. He didn't hold the line.
No, he did not.
Okay. I just changed his red counter to 2 to say 2 of the damage is from.
As a side
From
note,
that.
guys, you can open up another bar on your characters. See how I have the blue bar? That's just
Yeah.
my ammunition, if you want.
Like mine. The
That's
arrow
what
count.
Oh.
I believe it's only some of them are only visible to
Ah.
So
you.
I can make them visible to you though. So
That'd be
Okay.
good because I believe all the arrow people have now had their arrow counters as a blue bar.
Okay.
You have to put a maximum in for it to appear.
Yes, I
Yeah.
just put 20 because
Can
that's how much
everyone
quiver
see?
can hold.
Can everyone see
Yeah.
the blue bar on Minerva now?
No,
Down the bottom.
no, just health.
I
Oh.
made that visible to everybody.
Do we have to do it like locally?
Hang
Is
on,
that something on our end?
Let me change that. Can you see it now?
Yes, there we go.
Wow.
Cool.
Yep.
They keep changing these. It's...
How to do it? Yeah.
How do you do the 12 bracket 14 of 14?
I've just you put the bracket in one of the sections. I'm not sure why.
Hmm.
Why I've got bracket 14.
Yeah. What was the bracket for?
That's just to say that that's not my real hit point total. It's just because I have a spell in effect.
Oh, okay, cool. So your normal is 12.
My normal is actually 9.
Oh, okay, cool.
I should... I don't know.
So maybe have 9 as your. I don't think because then you can't do it because you need. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I have
probably
to
put 9 in the bracket then because
Yeah,
otherwise you're just saying it twice.
Yep, that makes more sense.
I've done it with Surgeon that I put 4 as a max. Yeah, cool. I mean that works too with Nodgrim.
Alright, so all the PCs, let me just do it for the NPCs. Not that it might be, this is more just a curiosity thing anyway.
Cool.
It may or may not be relevant or important, but you never know. Alright, so anyone who's got bars up, so Nodgrim has a red bar.
Yeah,
2 points of damage was
So
from
everyone,
the monster.
so everyone can
Nice.
see that.
Yep.
Yeah,
Cool.
I might do the same actually. That's better than just having brackets.
I like that.
There's a blue bar for Lenza, there's a blue bar for Minerva, there's a blue bar for Sean, and there's a blue bar for Brayden. Can you guys see all of those?
Yep.
Cool.
Yep. 2 red bars, 3 red bars, 4 red bars.
Yep,
I think
4
it was
bars.
2.
Yeah,
Okay.
no, 5. There we are. Done.
Wait. I must have taken more than 2 damage.
Yes, 4? 4 damage?
Yeah. There we go.
Nice.
Cool.
Okay. So as I said, the shadows are starting to get longer. The night is going to come on relatively soon. You are in Kirkle Ridge, which is going to cast further shadows upon you anyway. And then there's the tree lines as well. So, what is the plan? Brayden and Sebastian are fairly non-committal to anything at this time, though they did say that after the witch did whatever she did, not understanding fully the implications of magic, that the map now has another location nearby.
Well, firstly, I think the implication is we should not screw this switch. Secondly, we should hurry up and follow that map before it gets dark.
Yeah. That sounds like
Do
reasonable.
we really want to spend the night at Witch's house?
Yes.
Like just personally, that seems like a.
I mean, she asked us to get there before the night ends. So
No, she said to leave before it got dark, or within an hour, or we'd get
Yeah,
eaten.
she warned us that the shadows would come back here in about an
Yeah.
hour, or when it got dark,
The
or
warning
whatever.
about the moon coming out was that if you didn't give her the knife, that your
Yeah.
lives would be forfeit before that happened.
yeah. So we should be good, but if we wanted the magical item that she promised us, which mileage may vary, we do need to go see her nowish.
Indeed, and we can decide where to camp. But I'm certainly not advocating camping inside the staying at the witch's domicile. Could be
Yeah.
bad.
I'm just saying we should go talk to her now.
At this close to the evening.
I mean, it's not like she's not going to be up.
Yeah, we just don't
that's-
want to be right here in an hour, which is coincides with sundown more or less.
Do you need to regen your spells?
Who's got to regen their spells?
I believe. Caradron. I'm not sure. Actually, Grail, it's probably a good question. How does that work? Because I haven't actually had a look at it. Had a look at the spell rules.
So the spells.
I'm on her character sheet. She's
Yep.
got one memorized and a lot in her spell book. She can only memorize one per day, I assume.
She can memorize 2. She is 2nd level.
Okay, cool.
So if I have a look at her character sheet as well, where did she put it? Yeah, so I think she might have. You can see she had sleep memorized twice in description.
Okay, cool.
She has the X's. So she can learn. She can learn spells in the morning. Like everybody can. It just takes her an hour or so of prep time.
Cool. Yep, got it.
That's smart.
Don't say that about Craig.
Is floating pony ride actually a spell?
What is that?
Floating pony ride.
Oh, he's floating disc. When he got floating disc, he was fairly despondent. So I said, you could charge the other characters money and say it's a floating pony ride.
Excellent, cool, awesome. No worries, thank you for that. Anyway, I guess we're heading to the witches thing. Lead the way.
Okay, Braden and Sebastian will peer over the map for a bit. Again, they will have a slight disagreement, and then Sebastian will head off holding the map, and Braden will follow him, who will shrug his shoulders and say, oh, this is the way. I think it's about an hour.
That's 2 hours last week.
Awfully convenient timing.
Yes, let's go.
Cool, let's go.
The travel through the ridge is, again, not the easiest. There are lots of twists and turns, lots of paths would otherwise lead to a dead end. The map does make it a lot easier. It does seem to navigate or traverse the majority of these, and you can get through reasonably easy. The difficulty you do have is with the donkeys. You have one of them, two of them, I think.
We have 2 of them.
I hope we got 2 of them. Did we lose
One was Mark's. It is now the party's donkey.
Yep.
Donkey over time.
Yep. Who owns the other one?
Caradron. It's
right.
It's carrying her food source of 48 iron spikes. So it is a little bit awkward to have these traverse some of the paths that you are going across. However, given a little bit of time and a bit of nudging and pulling on leads, you can get them through.
Excellent.
By maybe an hour or so after dark, so it's taken you probably about close to 2 hours travel. The donkeys did slow you down considerably at a number of spots. You do, in fact, I'll put you back onto the Valley of the Obelisks for the moment. you come across... Where am I? Da-da-da-da. Let me put this in all players. You come across that.
Ooh.
Braden and Sebastian, it almost appears out of nowhere. You move through some overgrown parts of the path, and then all of a sudden, this is ahead of you. The air does seem to be thick, almost heady. It's kind of got a slight intoxicating feel about it. You do feel slightly lightheaded when you see this and you smell the air, etc. The ground is covered with thick, dark moss. The bridge looks anything but stable, and the light coming from within the cave flickers every now and again, and you can hear some kind of almost sibilant kind of speaking in a tongue which doesn't quite carry any measure of conveyance across to you. There is a slightly smoky smell occasionally catching your nostrils, drifting from the direction of the cave as well. The
So
skull,
she
the skull
so
above
she-
it
is
is,
she a witch or a meth cook?
who knows, could be both. Why not both? The skull above it that you can see there is considerable in size, or at least it appears to be. It looks maybe 5 feet from tip to tip, and the horns upon it maybe 7 feet wide.
Ooh. Okay.
Maybe some sort of dire beast.
Dire minotaur. It's a big minotaur.
Yeah. Also, I think the witch's arc reactor needs some maintenance.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, you can offer to maintain her reactor, but I think she'd
It might be
probably
taken
welcome
away.
it.
That's what we call it these days, is it?
Yeah, exactly. Mix her potion, whatever. Clean out her cauldron. But we need a doorbell. I'm not sure we should just walk up to this cave and enter.
She invited us.
The
There's no
ground,
door.
the ground below the bridge is obscured by a very hazy kind of mist that seems to move with a life of its own.
Okay. Let's not fall.
I reckon we send Keridon across first.
I mean, if anyone to know, of course, it's going to be me.
Yeah.
That said, Keridon might want to do it anyway, considering she wants a replacement.
The item? Yes.
Yeah.
I don't trust Kerrigan going over there at all, actually.
Yeah.
She might just try to steal the dagger back, considering how much of a fight she put up last time.
Make an excellent point.
Look, well, first things first, I'm not taking the donkeys over that. So,
Nope, tie 'em up.
We should probably find a spot here to
Yep.
camp.
There is a place where you believe you could probably form a bit of a fox camp in the boughs of a rather large, gnarled-looking willow tree. The bark seems to be very thick and where you are quite dry. It gives a good windbreak.
Cool. I suggest a few of us sit up there, and maybe only 2 or 3 of us actually enter. And
I might suggest that the donkeys stay with Seb and Braden, unless they particularly want to be involved in this adventure.
Oh, no. We just came along because we owed you a debt of gratitude and to thank you. And, well, it was on our map, so... But we're not going across there.
Yep. Great. Yeah.
I was going to say, conveniently, we could send 4 of us across and have three other characters wait.
Yes.
How interesting. Are you saying Kruber should stay?
And Keridon?
And Kerrigan? Interesting. Yes. Let's do that.
Well, we gotta make sure our friends are safe as well as the donkeys.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, the donkeys have the food. We don't want them getting stolen.
No, exactly.
And I don't know. I'm not sure anyone else besides Keratin can eat those spikes.
They're pretty
Yeah.
ferrous.
Cool.
Yeah.
So Lenza, Hypatia, Minerva, and Scene will, I guess, cautiously head across, and then and the other three will wait with Nodgrim and Kruber, and yeah.
Okay. So the four of you with your PCs are going to head across.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
I'll
And-
go first, I guess, just to test this.
Do we want to tie a rope to someone?
Yeah, I was going to say, do we want to tie off? Like, how long do you think the bridges
I don't want to offend
look
the
like?
like if we arrive on a doorstep tied up because we're so scared of entering, it's like that's a bit rude. But yeah, I don't know.
I can just see it. Oh, good, you're ready for dinner.
Just test out every plank before you put your full weight on it, and hold on to the rate. Like they're safety rails. It's not the most rickety bridge I've ever crossed. I'm just saying. Like I've crossed
Safety.
more rickety bridges than this.
Yeah, okay.
I'm still alive. Somehow. We should be fine. Let's do this.
Okay. So Lenza is going to head out first.
Yes.
So do you want a party order or?
I will have
Or-
the order
Hey.
of which you wish to traverse. So Lenza is first.
Yep.
That makes sense. Yeah, I guess we'll go a fighter next, so I'll follow. I guess.
Yep.
And
Lenza
cleric in
Minerva.
the middle, maybe. And then a
And
fighter-
Sean shall bravely lead from behind.
Cool.
Actually, I was going to
Yeah.
leave
We'll put the cleric in the middle just in case we get attacked from the back.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's called protect the cleric.
Yep.
Okay.
Protect the level 1 noob.
Lenza, you step your first foot upon the bridge, and there is an audible creaking sound, and the bridge sways side to side, and you can hear and almost feel the wind swirl around below the bridge, and the mist seems to almost reach up to try and grab at you.
Sure you don't want that rope?
I think it's okay.
One at a time?
Suddenly
one
feeling
at a time might be better. Yeah.
definitely. I'm suddenly starting to feel like we could wait an entire day for Tensor's floating disc, and it wouldn't be that bad.
Yeah.
Finally, he has a use for it.
Exactly. He won't be here. Perfect timing.
Lenza will continue to move across very cautiously.
Okay. Taking your time, the bridge does sway. Some of the planks seem to give considerably underneath your weight, though they do manage to hold. The gaps in them between each plank, once you're upon the bridge, seem further apart than what you had seen from the safety of solid ground. But taking your time, holding on to the guide rope, you do manage to get all the way across. Though
Excellent.
about the halfway mark, you are sure that you heard a slight cackling laughter on the wind.
Excellent.
So when she casts fear on us and we all run out of there?
Yeah. These safety rails, the left and the right one, do they look like pretty strong? Like these like reasonably strong at all? You know, what I'm hanging on to. Does that look at all strong? Like
they managed to support the waif-like weight of Lenza in her very light armor and
Yeah.
virtually no equipment.
Great. Are they alive or are they actual like ropes? Are these vine ropes or are they alive vines?
They look to be pretty lively. They look
Damn
to
it.
have been growing along here.
I need them to be dead. I can't cast mending on something that's not alive. All right, fine, whatever. I'll just cross the bridge. Minerva's got a wisdom of 4. Let's face it. just like la la la. Hang on to the rope thing.
The good thing
line
is,
fight.
the good thing that Minerva has going for her is even though she does carry some slightly more weighty equipment than
Yeah.
her predecessor carries, she is still fairly waif-like, being a half-elf.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not looking forward to this.
The beams creak and groan under your weight as well. The bridge sways almost uncontrollably at times, and you have to grip on to save yourself from falling into the mists
Okay.
below.
Let me know before I go on the bridge.
All right, we'll do. The mist does seem to reach up at you as well, and you are almost certain you can see faces and arms and hands and things moving within it, trying to claw up towards you. But again, you managed to get yourself across, taking your time, though probably not as much time as Lenza did, since you have the far less wisdom. About the midway mark, you also hear what you believe to be cackling laughter. You're pretty certain that it's definitely laughter. It's not a trick of the wind.
All right. Excellent. Maybe we should have set up our own safety rope. I'm just saying. All right.
What did I say?
It's fine.
Sean,
Dear. No, I guess I shall cautiously advance
all right.
with extreme cautiousness.
Dal's got a
That,
10-foot pole you can check out the things with.
well, it's not going to help me. Maybe I should carry this
True.
10-foot pole sideways so when I go through the floor it catches me.
Yeah.
Tempting.
All
I'm
right.
going to try and put my feet above the ropes, under the planks, not in the middle of the planks where they're really weak.
Likewise with you, the bridge sways uncomfortably. You manage to hold on for dear life once more, like the others did. The beams creak and groan. One splinters,
Whee!
but does not give way, allowing you to step over it. Again, these gaps are much larger than you are otherwise comfortable with. Thankfully, there's no one with short, stubby legs trying to cross here because they may plummet to their demise. However, you also, Sean, as you are maybe about a third of the way across, the whispers and the cackling and the like is something that you can see in the whisper that I give to you now.
Hmm.
We should bottle this air and sell it elsewhere.
He'll make a great sideshow.
The
We'll call
mist,
Esper.
the faces in the mist seem quite malicious and malevolent when you peer down towards them, uncontrollably slow. So, are you still
Right.
progressing?
Well, I've got to go and keep these other guys alive, I guess.
Okay. Can I have you make a saving throw versus magic, please?
Oh, yay.
Oh dear.
Hey, where are we? Magic is the... Which one's that?
So if you have a look at
Spells or devices?
Yep.
Is it? Rightio. And I get a modifier for wisdom on that one.
You do.
Where is how much that save modifier is?
What's your wisdom? 18, isn't it?
18, yeah. Is it 3?
Saving throw modified to all magical effects is +3, yes. So that's on the dice roll.
Yes! What's that?
We'll-
Oh wait, I'm at the wrong end.
23 plus 3 is 15. 1 and 3 is 4. Yay!
Math's no good, but it still fails.
Math's no good.
No,
I'll put a plus in there.
it's not good at all. However, you do manage to get yourself across to the other side. Barely. You are shaking almost uncontrollably. When he does get across the other side, Lenza and Minerva, you notice that he is ashen white and he has beads of sweat running down his face, and his eyes seem to almost stare past you.
That's not good, buddy. You should shake that off. Also, I have nothing nothing can help you out here. On me.
Fair
I
enough.
I have no cures for fear effects or anything. Apart from slapping you unconscious. That's really all I've got. So if I was much higher level, I have amnesia, so I could make you forget.
I sent you another whisper, Sean.
Ah, radio.
Hypatia.
Okay, so looking at the ricketiness of this bridge, I basically I take my backpack off and put down and leave most of my weapons back at camp. I still have my arming sword, my dirk, and my shield, and one of the shackles.
Okay.
So, that'll probably get me by.
And leave everything else. That's
Except the rope and a grappling hook.
You just
That might come
posted
in handy.
You just posted that.
Yeah, I know.
Because you had the slash on the wrong side of the W.
Wrong side. Yeah, I saw that. No one will see it.
So I'll just sort of put sling the rope around me and with a grappling hook and sort of sheath everything else and sort of pull the shield on my back and very gently wander across.
Okay. The bridge moves almost unbelievably uncontrollably when you are on it. Your weight, even after you have cast aside some of the items, seems to make it a little bit more uncontrollable. The wind below may also have picked up. It's almost as though the bridge is rallying against your presence.
Because it doesn't like so much metal.
Perhaps some of the beams, the planks do splinter. One, in fact, gives way and falls into the mist below, at which point you hear an audible cackling laugh. The mist reaches up to try and grab it and it just passes through. When you get to about the halfway mark, Aaron sends a GIF. When you get to the halfway mark, the cackling laugh slightly subsides, and you are able to get across without too much further commotion. The bridge did move seriously as you tried to cross it, but you are across without too much drama in the end, taking your time. But the bridge has suffered some form of damage with all four of you crossing it. There is now a couple planks that are damaged. One of them has departed into the mist below.
Okay.
not ideal.
Yeah.
Well, gentlemen, it gets worse.
Let's make sure we don't put ourselves in a situation where we have to run get back across this bridge in a hurry. That will go badly.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And this place is not good.
Yeah.
There's a bad mojo here, and prayers are not heard.
Yeah. Let's not cast any stones until we're far, far away.
Damn right.
I feel like this is a good representation of I'll go to stuff of Hypatia crushing.
Of what, sorry?
Of Hypatia crushing the bridge. Hold on, we'll find it again. There we are.
Yes, that's awesome. Oh, that was full win.
Nice.
Yeah.
So
Cool.
you're all across the other side of the bridge below the skull, which is significantly larger than any of you in both height, width, and mass. It seems enormous.
Is it like would it be comparative to a Goliath, or be even bigger than a Goliath's head?
It looks very reptilian with horns attached to it.
Okay, cool.
the horns, when I say attached to it, aren't attached to it. They are part of the skull.
Yep. Yep.
But
It's
yeah,
part of the whole thing.
Yep.
Interesting. I guess we should enter.
Do any of us have any idea what this might be attached to, or might be from? The skull.
It's sizable. It's reptilian.
I mean, I guess I could maybe vaguely know it from my backstory. My backstory as a huntsman, but I highly doubt I've ever seen anything this big before.
No, none of you have seen anything this big. Look, there are rumours, myths, legends, and everyone knows of drakes. It's possibly something
Yeah.
like that. It could be
Yep.
another creature. There are monsters and beasts hitherto unknown, lurking in the dark recesses of the world. It could be anything. Or it could just be a magical construct. Who knows?
Ah, well, it's gonna eat us anyway.
Yep. Let's get in there.
Okay.
Yo-ho!
Let's get in there and
Don't
cleanse this place.
don't be stupid, please. Not now.
Okay. As you start entering the threshold,
Avon
a
Corey.
man, bald,
no.
beady eyes, a tattered brown robe, totters around the side, sees you. He seems a little bit twitchy, and
Game.
Really?
Kill him early this time.
I was gonna say, didn't we run into him before?
Yeah, he killed Mark. Son of a bitch.
he says something in a language that none of you can understand. Sean, it sounds like a bastardized, corrupted version of the divine language gifted of the gods.
Awesome.
You can't make out anything that he says, but you can definitely hear a commonality with what he is saying and the language that you know.
Right.
He then turns tail and kind of moves with due haste back away from you into the cave, which has opened up into a fairly sizable area. As you,
Is he carrying the dagger the whole time?
he has a dagger on his belt, but whether it's the
It's
dagger,
not in his
no.
hand.
No,
Well, no, because like he's got a dagger in the picture.
that's right. You see a couple of these creatures, about 5 to 5.5 feet tall as well, moving about very slowly, doing some manual and menial type tasks. One of them will stop and look up at you. Its pale orb-like eyes just seem to stare through you, and then it just goes very slowly back to doing what it was doing.
Yeah.
Man, these things must be all the rage game with the bad guys. I mean, the
I
magic
think
users.
they're just with, high-level magic users who lack some non-creepy aspect.
So,
Or, don't want to look at pay conditions.
I
Yeah.
missed. I actually wasn't there with the session when you fought or encountered these guys before. What actually happened?
They killed Mark.
Sorry, yeah, the Dollar Helper guy, he seemed to kill, or something like him, kill Mark.
He was Dol the Zealot.
Yeah. So
I
maybe
don't know
he's
what
like
his name was different. He was the Zealot. He was a Zealot.
Yeah, so maybe he's some sort of more generic, undead servant who's a little smarter. He's like the battle droid with the gold stripes. Whereas these guys, these are the plebs. These are non-combatant undead, as far as we can tell.
The cave, that's pretty accurate. The cave did open up into a larger area, and you notice that the walls are lined with shelves, and there's all manner of bric-a-brac, what appear to be potions and herbs, ointments, unguents, strange kind of fetishes, all adorning these shelves. There is often the back, maybe about 40 feet away from the entrance, is a large ubiquitous cauldron, of which seems to be emanating the teal glow and the smell of smoke that every now and then assaults your senses. At the cauldron is a hunched over figure.
We meet again.
She looks up at you.
We're here.
So you came in time.
We thought it wise to not dally,
Be
judging from our fight beforehand.
Indeed.
The figure will look at Sean and smile. And
I won't smile back.
And how do you feel?
I'm here to protect my friends.
Admirable, admirable. I offered you something in return for the dagger. A dagger which you activated. At least one of the sigils upon it. Thankfully, you activated it in time so that we could track its position. We knew who carried it, not where you were. You have no clue what the dagger did or does.
That's right.
No,
I
no.
have no clue.
And I don't suppose you could elucidate us.
You should not play with items beyond your capacity to control.
Well,
Speaking of which,
the person who was doing that isn't here.
I offered you something in return for the dagger.
Yes. An item that could make us king or queen.
Indeed. She'll laugh slightly,
Or
and
kill us.
she'll motion with an arm.
Sorry, you're all breaking up heaps bad at the moment.
Who's breaking up?
Pretty much everyone.
Might be your end, because you're
Yeah,
a
I
bit.
think it's mine.
Yeah.
You're a bit
There we go.
crackly.
It's coming
Yeah.
back now.
Cool.
Fine.
She motions with an arm throughout the cave. There are 3 items of power within. Feel free to take one. Try to take more, and you will suffer for it.
Thank you for your generosity.
Excellent.
What do we see?
You see all manner of bric-a-brac items, potions, unguents, oils, herbs, fetishes. Occasionally you'll see something that looks like a weapon. There is a small jar that seems to have skeletal remains within it.
That sounds cool.
There is near you a vial or a phial of greenish liquid that seems to draw the attention, and you see something move and twitch and writhe within.
No.
So we can take any one thing that we can see here?
Didn't you specify 3 things?
Dole,
Yeah.
there are 3 things of power, she said. Dole, which you will notice now there are 2 of them in the cave,
Oh, no.
will start moving around the cave, and he will put things occasionally from a shelf here or there, and he'll put them into a satchel, and he'll then move over towards you.
Okay.
I watch him carefully, and keep a hand on my sword pommel, but otherwise make no other move.
What's in the sack? What's in the sack?
Indeed.
He shows you he hands you the satchel, and you can have a look.
Ooh, yeah.
Alright.
Okay. Sounds
Let's have a look.
legit. Ooh, creepy.
Tasty.
Oh no. Oh. Okay. Miniature skeletons in a jar. Ooh.
Pretty much anything we take from here is going to be pretty nasty, guys.
What gave that away?
This is not a place of love.
No.
But it's particularly place of place of power.
That is true.
I'm gonna personally vote for the Sveta just because it seems
Obelisks
less
creepy.
Yeah, and also like I vaguely know that can do something useful. The other two is kind of like,
It could be a one use. The other two could be a one use item.
I mean, this could also be one use. We have no idea. So, but yeah,
Sally, we have Sally, we had to leave our own arcane user behind. Someone else has some power that I don't know about.
Well, we have.
Minerva.
I'm arcane, and we have a. Yes, Minerva is a wizard. She's just not very good at it.
As you're looking at these items and discussing it amongst yourself, you hear a commotion slightly from behind you, and you realise that there is another entrance into the cave, slightly obfuscated by just the nature of the cave and the way it's shaped, and another figure steps out.
Ooh.
Where was she? She is...
That'd be the stone bridge entrance.
It's just a set of stairs. Oh, she looks awesome.
She steps out from into the cave proper, almost not acknowledging the fact that you were there at first. She seems about to say something before your presence is revealed to her, and she stops. She turns. She stands shy of 5.5 feet. She has a very slender build, almost elfin-like, is wearing heavy, rusted, archaic plate armor, and she has a very long, thin-bladed longsword at her side.
A little bit like the one that Lenza has. Lenza has.
No.
No? Oh, okay.
I did not know we had company. And who are you? She says, narrowing her eyes. Her hand rests upon the hilt of her blade.
We are but mere adventurers, who happen to have an item that the witch
Desired.
You had
Hi, my name's Minerva. Your hair is beautiful. How do you get it to be that way?
You are the ones that had taken the blade of Dolmath from us.
Indeed.
Blade of Dolmath.
Although we did not know.
I guess we
Is that what it's called? Okay.
Huh.
Lucky it has been returned, for if I found you, your lives would be no more. What are they doing here? She turns her attention to the haggard crone, who smiles. Now that you are here, draw your blade and offer it to them.
Ooh.
They can choose one of 4 items now.
One of the items was death. I feel like that's taking her blade.
I kinda want to.
Did you say I want to?
Why? In what way do you think this is going to end well if we take this person's?
She nods her head in acquiescence to the order, draws her blade, and thrusts it point first into the ground.
Oh, stone-like substance.
Before she steps back a few feet, her eyes seem to be shooting daggers through you.
Yep, cool. So I recommend we take the staff, the spectre, and leave.
Well,
yeah.
Can I get any sense of what the human skeletons in the jar is?
Exactly. Very much, please, cleric. Can you tell us? Because if they're like trapped souls, I would say we take them so we can free them.
That's what I was thinking, but I don't know if I'm gonna get any vibes.
Okay, Minerva, not Minerva, sorry, Lenza.
Mm-hmm.
Looking at the jar, you believe that There are uh, creatures that are humanoid creatures that are that tall, and that you speak their language.
Yes, I do.
You believe that they could possibly be the skeletal remains of a couple of sprites. Possibly. You have seen sprites before, you have probably conversed with sprites before.
Mm-hmm.
They are rare, elusive, and sometimes incredibly mischievous, and if pushed, can be quite cruel. But to their own kind and those they get on with, they're fine. They do like elves and get on well with elves, generally speaking. But you believe that they might be the skeletal remains of two sprites.
Cool. I highly recommend we leave them well enough alone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do any of the magic users here can
Wouldn't
get
want to
any?
put the sprites to rest, or do you not like sprites?
I have learned to not really get involved in most of what they do.
With the Fae?
Yeah. Like let them be is pretty much the standard approach to things, and that's worked out. So yeah, I would prefer if we didn't grab that.
Okay.
Do any of your do any of the magic users have heard of the Scepter of the Slips before?
I don't remember anything.
Excellent.
You hear a bit of a chuckle from across the other side of the room at that.
Well,
But
I will say the sliff was apparently the thing that we got caught up in that weird grove type place.
So maybe it's some sort of enchantment thing,
Yes, maybe.
kind of something that affects the mind.
Your time is running out.
Yeah, let's.
I will. Yeah,
I'm happy with the wand as well, but I just think that the two kids in the... I mean, did the cleric get any feeling off them at all?
I don't know. I tried, but
Alright.
I'm looking for vibes. I'm not really getting anything.
Cool.
Alright.
Alright. Hypatia kind of longingly eyes off the even blade, but looks up at the chosen one and thinks better of it.
Yeah.
Cool.
Just a question, what is this worm thing inside the jar?
Who are you asking? Us
The
or
witch. I just asked the witch. Maybe she'll answer. Who knows? If she just laughs, that's fine.
The power
I'm like-
to rule, the power to destroy, or death. It can be any.
Okay.
as you expected, unhelpful answers? Are we happy with
All
taking
of-
the spectre?
Yeah, I'm fine with taking.
Yeah,
the
it seems
scepter.
a safe choice.
I just think
Seems-
the lava looks so much fun.
just swallow it down and see what happens.
Right?
yeah,
I think so.
What could
Never-
possibly go wrong?
Yeah, what could possibly go wrong? I think.
Hashtag Stargate.
I will turn to the witch and ask if we may take the spectre.
The scepter.
The
Spectre.
Sorry,
This,
yes.
this is the doll
I-
spectre. Or is it the chosen the spectre?
Yeah.
Yeah. Or can we have the
Scepter.
chosen work for us for 1 year?
No. Please tell me you didn't say that out loud.
No. Her hair's so cool. Okay. Also, where did you get that armor? I'm just going to start talking to her.
She looks at you. Over
That
a
armor looks
millennia
amazing.
ago, it is
Ooh.
bound to my body and shall not remove until the ninth ascends. Take your prize and leave.
Yep.
Thanks.
That's some really good advice.
She still didn't tell me how to do her hair, though. Disappoint.
I guess I'll take the scepter out of the bag,
Yep.
and I will, I guess, turn to the witch and say and offer thanks again.
Of course. May you be blessed by the ninth.
Okay.
And you.
The blessings of the nine upon you.
And leave, I guess.
The chosen will grip the hilt of her blade, draw it from the ground, and resheath it.
Cool.
They does.
So I guess we'll leave the way we came in.
Yeah.
You do. This time, the journey back across the bridge, if you were taking it in the same manner as before, is that what you were doing?
Yep.
Probably, yes.
Is much easier
Sure.
going. In fact, it feels almost as though you were walking across stone.
Ooh.
Interesting.
Excellent. That's good. That's good. I like it. Now let's run away.
Yep. Let's find a camp place that is reasonably far away from here.
Yeah.
I mean, it is night already, isn't it?
Yes, and
Yeah.
it is probably only a couple hours now. Yes, it does, Sean.
Woohoo! I'm going to send up a prayer.
It's only a couple hours now till midnight, so maybe about 3 hours until midnight.
I personally just want to get some sleep and rest rather than winding up moving campsite in the pitch black.
Okay.
All right. Well, let's set up a watch.
Cool. So I
Sounds
guess
like a plan.
do we when we return to the campsite, is it like some sort of, is there a fire going or something, or what's the? Have they set up properly, or?
No, they haven't. They've got a cold camp.
What is wrong with you people? Why do you want to sleep in the dark?
Well, they were just a bit concerned about what was going on over there.
Yeah, fair. I guess I'll hand the scepter to Caradwin and ask if they have any idea what this may be.
What did we learn? Like, how did we get in this mess?
Because
We gave her a magic item. Now you're
Dave.
giving her another one.
To be fair, I don't think we ever gave her a magical item. She just looted the magical.
yeah, she just took it, and also she's probably the most likely to know what the fuck this is, as opposed to all of everyone else who either has no magic or is bad.
Doesn't know stuff.
Well, now I can commune with my gods. I'll having a look at it. Do I get a vibe from it this time?
Makes you feel a bit uneasy.
Yeah, I don't want to touch that stick. It would get it away from me.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah. We actually ran into some Slith earlier, so
Yes, they were the ones that the foresty ones
yeah.
that tried to keep us in the forest forever.
Yeah. Embrace us. Embrace your nature. Yeah.
Where's that cool picture of was it the
body.
Oh, the body. Yeah, there
Body.
it is.
But we got some cool armor out of it, so that's nice.
We
Cool.
did.
Didn't we?
No, you got some.
Oh.
You got an axe, and you got some. I think you took the armor, but it was all rusted and useless.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And the axe was pretty rusted as well.
Oh.
It'll need some work.
So you can. So who is going to be? I mean, Are you actually giving the scepter to Caradwin?
Yes.
Then you may put it on her character sheet. It has an encumbrance rating of 1.
Awesome. Will she be able to hold that?
She'll make do. knowing
I don't need to check that.
Caradwin the way that I do, but she should be able to hold on to it.
Cool. So,
Caradon will be like drowning in the bog and be like, but I can't put anything down.
Sebastian and Braden, when you return to camp as well, they seem to be quite on edge, and they were like, did you sort everything out? Can we leave this godforsaken place and get well out of this? I don't even want to be in the ridge anymore.
We can go back to where we
Indeed, we have finished. Hopefully, and we'll not run into them again. However, I do not wish to travel during the night.
Let's go back to the shadow monsters. They were nice.
After
If it makes you
this-
feel any better, I don't think they. I don't think we. They certainly don't think we pose a threat. That makes you feel any better.
Well, Braden and myself, says Sebastian, we're going to head back to Sumberton, get some supplies, have a bit of a rest, recoup from what's happened, and see if we can get our injuries healed if they haven't been healed before then. And then we're going to head north to just north of the Andrel Forest to return this glyph that we took the etching of. You're welcome to come up there with us if you want. I don't know what your plans are.
We don't have much beyond doing this, so... Do we have any other ongoing quests at the moment?
Not really.
We could go and kill a sea monster.
There were a few,
what?
there were a few things kicking around, but I'll let Sean discuss.
Oh, well, I was on a mission to kill a river monster and the boat got sunk. So...
Ah, yes, right. Where was
And
that? Where was that, like, actually around?
just near Kirkle Ridge, but in the water.
Somewhere
pretty sure.
about here.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Just south of where you guys got out of the boat.
Yep, cool. And of course, as always, we can always just go around randomly killing stuff because that gets us money, apparently.
There was
Yes, it does.
there was also you got jobs that can be taken
Yep.
at the keep, but if you remember, Kingsley was very keen on trying to get a group to investigate / take on the undead scourge that seems to have popped up here and there, because you had the run-in with the spirit at the Creamer Keep, and there was a few others that had been showing up, and he was a bit concerned about it because undead are bad for business.
Indeed.
There is still, or there was last time you were in Sumberton, the Goliath at Mount Titania. At least one, possibly more.
So Mount Titania, is that up here?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
we've
that's kind of
killed...
that's kind of on the way to, well, just past where we
where we plan to go.
Sean and Braden want to go.
I mean,
Oh, sorry, Braden.
if we
and-
want to try and take on Goliaths, we can. It's just really dangerous.
I mean, we did find fighting the other ones.
True. We survived due to some lucky crits.
Well, we only had 2 archers then on the upside, so now we'll have 3, I guess.
Yeah.
And people can actually take a hit and not die now, so maybe.
I'm
speak for
happy.
yourself.
I'm happy to.
You're happy to?
I'm happy to head up there with them.
All right.
We might as well go as far as they go, and then possibly head up there because we're close enough. But
And just so you're aware as well, because it's been longer for you than it has for your characters, there is still also the standing commission for going into the Slaughter Scar.
and just
Yeah.
murdering everything in there.
Yep, there's also the ruins of Androshell. There were the orcs that you originally saw in the Arashu Valley. There were, and has been previously, indication of bandits around the Grove of Icicles up near Hemulak.
Oh, that's that one there.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's a feasible job. That's the one that Seb and Braid nearly died from.
It is.
Look, most of this stuff is north anyway, so
Yeah. I'm
let's,
happy
let's
to
go north, and
yeah,
we can see what we come across.
Yeah. Let's go kill some
They're good company.
Mount Titania. Sounds great.
Sure.
I assume they
You
don't
guys
want to
seem
leave
like-
right now, or like are they happy to rest and then go in the morning, or like do they want to just go
yeah,
now?
no, they want to rest. It's
Okay, cool, awesome.
going to be considerable amount of time before you can get all the way up to there.
Yeah,
I was wondering that. Sounded like they were going to do it just before dinner.
Don't you have a teleport machine? We do.
Oh, shit. Can I borrow it?
Cool. I guess we'll set some watches and get some sleep.
Yeah. I do my standard nighttime action, and then I guess rest.
Yep.
How does the spells work for clerics? Do they need 8 hours of rest in a
Yes.
single block?
Yeah,
Yep.
they've got to pray in the morning.
Yep.
So
We
we
have
have
8 hours of rest before we leave in the morning.
Yep.
So basically we have the magic users and the clerics go at the start and end of the watch.
Well, the start's gone anyway. Do you lose your spells if you don't use them? Do you have to pray every morning?
You have to pray every morning, but you will retain the spells. That's fine, but you still need to be praying.
Yep.
Yep. Cool.
And magic users need to be reading from their spell book.
Yep.
After a sufficient rest.
Caradwin will spend the night gazing lovingly into the gem atop the scepter of the Sylphs. Let me look at her character sheet to see if she implodes or bursts into fire.
I did actually ask her whether it was anything useful, or did she know what it does?
She doesn't know at the moment. She's investigating it. Bit of this,
Cool.
bit of that. General investigations.
We've actually found some other things that should be investigated as well, though we haven't put any time into. That's okay.
Like what?
Well, so the prince had a rod on him, and there's also in the group treasure, if you look at items, we've got a rod, okay, and a staff from Jaril. So, these are just like sitting on the donkey. So,
Is the long sword the one I have?
It is.
Yes, it is.
Yep.
So I can remove that since you've got that. Never mind.
Sure, so the rod is in the possession of Hypatia, I believe.
Is it? Maybe.
Yes.
And I have there's an image of that in Hypatia's individual handouts.
Ah, okay. Then I'll remove that as well.
Just so you can all see it.
Ooh.
I don't exactly know what Hypatia's going to do with that, but it probably makes a good back scratcher.
I feel like it's probably used.
I'm not. I should probably talk to someone and see if it has a magical problem.
It's probably a good idea.
I'm just not sure Caradun is the best person to ask, especially when she's very preoccupied with that stuff.
I can study it poorly while Caradun's busy.
Sure.
Yep.
I'm just going to...
Sure.
A cleric's
You can,
able to study this stuff?
check out the rod.
Check out the rod. Subtle.
A cleric's able to study magical stuff?
Oh dear.
Okay, I couldn't hear what Henry was just saying then, sorry.
I said a cleric's able to research these magical items as well?
Anyone can research it, just takes a bit of time.
Fair enough. Does it look divine or arcane in nature?
Just looks like a rod.
Okay, is there any symbols or anything of religious mythology on it?
Nope.
Okay.
Cool.
In time, if
It could just be a badge of office.
if it's got any magical properties, you might be able to unravel it yourself.
Classy.
That was for the rod comment.
I am going to move the Scepter of the Sylphs into into Caradwin's folder.
Nice.
Cool. Does anyone else see the rod in Hypatia's thing? Because that's... Are we supposed to see everyone's individual handouts, or...?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Right, that's fine. Yep, cool. I just wanted to make sure.
Well, I just made it available for everyone to see Hypatia's. If they want it removed, they can ask me to remove it, but putting it there as well is an indication of who's carrying it.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I think it should be public. So what's the staff then? I believe that's just on
The
the...
staff of Jaril.
Yeah.
Who knows? It may just actually be a staff.
It was an oak staff that was just what seemed to be a sturdy walking device.
Cool.
But we have it, so maybe it's worth studying. Who knows? That elf had crazy magic stuff. Those magic spider nuts. Whew. They were the bomb.
Yeah, they're quite handy. I still have one.
Should have thrown it at the witch.
Yeah, I feel like that would have gone very poorly.
And what did the witch call that blade that we surrendered again?
The blade of. I've got it in my notes. It's
Blade of
Dolmath.
Dolmath.
Oh, okay. Dolmath.
Hmm.
I said Dolmeth. All right.
Meth. Well, that was because I said she was a meth cook.
That's right.
Maybe she's a math cook.
Maybe she's both.
I don't have any party gold.
Well, that's, a lot of us don't have gold at the moment. Lenza is currently broke.
Yeah, we've been too busy
Caradron is rolling
upgrading
in
people.
cash.
Well, we'll get a little bit of cash from the once the our NPC boys cash in on their mission.
Indeed.
Might be enough to level up the whatchamacallit, that level 1 guy who we just met.
Me.
Yeah,
Hmm.
you never know.
Interesting. I can also level up now, which is nice, but it'll be quite a lot in quite a long time.
You're level 4.
I'm currently level 3. I can go to level 4.
Okay. Nice. Great. One day I'll get to level 2 in another time. I will be there.
You chose to take 3 classes.
I know. I regret nothing.
Oh dear.
Now where are we? I got a while to go to level, don't I?
You're like 1,500 is what you need, I think.
Hmm.
You'll get there before me. And certainly before Ceridwen.
Alright. You can rest that night. In the morning, as I said, Caradron will be gazing intently into the gem. Seems that she may not have even moved from that position.
Yeah, I don't like this stuff. I think
I was about to say, maybe we should take it off.
I was actually thinking maybe we look for the slith that we ran into earlier and we just like throw it into that with them.
I'm just wondering.
Back to them.
What levels remove curse?
Well,
Caradron seems very taken aback that you would remove another item from her possession.
Yeah, level 3.
I imagine.
I might have to. Does Nodrin get all his spells back? He would, won't he?
Yep.
I'm assuming we're.
By the way, you guys healed overnight 10% of your max hit points. So you did your normal healing, which was 10% of your max hit points, round up. Anyone who had damage from the Shadow Fiends, it does heal naturally.
Yay!
Aren't there hit points on the character faces?
You didn't put them on your sheet as well? The
I
tokens are only on... I'll switch back to that map that had it. The tokens are only a temporary representation of you on a map. They aren't you. So you need to keep track of your hit points on your character sheet.
Yeah, but
My
I
hit
didn't
points
have
on my
Nodrin
character
last
sheet
week.
are also represented on my character, which is neat.
14, 16. So 10% rounded up or down? Did you say?
Rounded up.
Okay, so Nodrin's back at full health.
So normally you get like 2, I guess. 2 is kind of general if you have over 10 health.
Yep, if you have between 10 and 19, you're 10 and 20, you'll get 2.
Yep.
Ah,
Oh, sorry, 11 and 20, you'll get 2, sorry.
Yep.
Because it's 10% round up.
Yep, and that's fine. I just didn't know what Nodrin original because he doesn't have his maximum health.
Has he wiped out his character sheet, has he?
No, in his character sheet it just says he had 14 hit points, but
Yeah, so his max is 16, so he would have healed up then.
yeah.
and sorry, did you say that restored red damage as well?
Yes, it does.
Yes.
You notice that it does seem to heal naturally, just didn't like magical healing.
Huh. Excellent.
Excellent.
Get rid of this bar. Or change.
Yeah, so keeping track of your the
Health
tokens
is important.
is mostly for representation on the battlefield, so your allies can see your bar go up or down.
No, I know that. But like I said,
You missed a joke there. Your allies see your bar go up and down. You missed the missed the joke.
yes, I did. Any rate,
Craig wouldn't have missed it.
he misses everything else.
Never misses one of those. Alright, I'll put you back on Kirkle Ridge.
Yes.
On Valley of the Obelisks, sorry. Alright, so it is early morning. Peridon is quite possessive of her new scepter, the newfound toy.
It's cursed.
Yeah, keep her away from us. We should have taken the larvae. No.
I feel like this is less. I feel like this is less just being cursed and more Caradron's natural affinity to holding onto things.
It is kind of hard to tell.
Of all the people you gave it to, you'll never know.
Look, do we want to? Do you want to have a look at it yourself, Minerva?
No, I really don't. I actually don't want to have anything to do with it. I have a bad feeling about it. That's what I've said.
Fair enough.
I don't want that thing near me. It can stay away. Seems bad.
Then I guess Caradron is the expert.
Yeah, cool. Okay.
I mean, we'll once we get somewhere, we maybe allow us to find out what the hell it does. But for now,
Back to Samberton.
Yeah.
Brayden, lead the way.
Alright, so you're not going to try and lead back to the
The Sith,
to the
No.
Sylph, yeah, and
the Sylph, and return them their scepter.
no, that's no.
That's a
I
bad
don't-
plan.
I don't want to run across that again. Honestly,
Would have been sure what this stuff does if if we could ever prize it out of Caradron's hands.
Yeah, but I reckon they'd want it back, and they may have like stuff to trade for it.
I feel we need to know more about this.
do you recall what happened last time we met them?
Yeah, I do, but we survived. We have fire. No? Bad
We
plan?
do?
Fine.
For all we know, it's made out of slips.
It's
made
made
out
out
of
of what?
Made of slips.
It may be, and that may be why they want it back. Or it could be, their
They'll
life's...
kill us on sight.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe it will make them kill us on sight. That'd be rough.
Well, it was what happened last time anyway, so hey.
But I reckon they'd like us if we returned it to them. That's my feeling on it. That's my...
Do you have any idea how to find them again?
I reckon that if we wander around in the same area just for a little bit and want to try and find them, they may just turn up.
Because they're going to go and talk to the people who killed them last time they turned up.
Yeah.
Today.
Yeah.
Great plan.
Yeah, no, I think we should just keep it.
Okay.
I'd prefer to get something useful out of it. Like, if we can figure out how to actually use it, then
Yeah.
it might be helpful.
Let's still figure out what we can do with it first.
Okay.
Rather than just throwing it away.
You know that I like giving items away to random people in the hope of favors later. That's what I've done with the most valuable weapon we've come across so far. So that's what I think we should do.
What did we give away?
The pistol.
And what favour did you get in return?
Nothing. Yet.
Well,
Yes, is the key word there.
yeah, but she wants. She's.
I'm
Yeah,
incurring
yeah.
favors, okay? I'm the godfather. And I'll die horribly before I collect any of them.
Anyway, shall we move?
how are
Yes.
you intending to get back to Summerton? You are somewhere in the vicinity of here.
Come back to this road?
Aren't we going to walk down the road? Yeah.
Alright.
Well, let's get over this road and then travel it. Although there are bandits in these hills.
Well, we'll kill them and move on.
I feel,
Alright, they might have arrows.
I feel like we could take them. Does their map lead them back, or I'll ask?
No, it's not leading them back anymore.
Cool. So it's just
It was after you guys got the glyph, it was rendered empty. The content of it had diminished and disappeared. It only got content again on it when the witch made it appear there. So, Braden and Sebastian, like, once we do something, we just head back to where we know we have to see the Sybil.
Alright. Okay.
Um, So you will head through Kirkle Ridge. It is reasonably hard going. It takes you almost the rest of the day to find your way back out to the road, even though it's not a considerably long distance you have to travel as the Crow. As the Wolf, it is quite awkward.
Yep. Mark off some rations.
You note when you get within eye line, a line of sight of the road, there seems to be an inordinate number of people on it,
Ooh.
heading south.
Oh.
There are quite a few people. You can see from the vantage you are maybe a couple hundred. There are small wagon trains, people on foot, people on horse, just gaggles of people moving south.
Do they look like they have their life possessions or the essentials? Or
Some of them, especially the ones that seem to have wagons, do seem to be carrying a considerable amount of, or at least travelling with a considerable amount of gear. But it does look, there are people travelling possibly for the long haul, and they are seemingly of all different types of walks of life. There are a couple halflings scattered amongst the masses, but the majority of them are humans. There are very few others.
okay,
I guess we'll walk down and ask what's happened.
me too.
Where are you all going? To Riverbend, but why?
Oh no, we're just getting out of Sunburton for the moment. Some of the others are leaving for good. It's something bad's going down. A couple days ago, a large group of mercenaries entered the valley from the north, and they're camped just outside of Sunburn at the moment. There's rumours and whispers of war about to start. No one really knows who is in control of the mercenaries, but they number in the hundreds.
Oh. Okay. I thought a force had been sent out to talk to them. That seemed bad.
Well, apparently, from what I understand, some of the soldiers did ride out a couple of days, previously travelled north. What came of that, I don't know. I'm not in the military. I'm not a soldier. But they do have a camp now, just north of the keep, or outside of the city.
Lovely. All right.
Well, let
Because
us
we're
hope
back
it's
in
not
front of
bode ill.
They haven't been allowed in the city yet. The gates have been closed to them, and the gates north and northwest are, for the most part, closed at all times now.
I suppose.
Alright. Sounds like we should hurry back.
Yep.
Don't suppose you guys have like some rations to sell?
What?
Hey,
No.
what? Why? What? Do you need some?
I would just like fresh rations, they're cheaper.
Wow.
It's an economic transaction. I'm eating expensive rations that taste bad. They may have fresh food. Do you have some fresh food that I could buy off you?
Oh, no, sorry.
ham,
No, I don't have
a
any.
chicken.
Oh, if only I had a chicken. Oh, that'd be something. Might eat a chicken once a year if I'm lucky.
Yeah, there's commoners.
There's all
I mean,
there's people from
Beans
all
and
walks.
lentils.
There's
Got any of
people-
them?
There's people from all walks of life, but these people don't seem keen on selling you their possessions at this point in time.
No.
Fair enough.
You'll notice that there are a couple within the groups heading south, there are a considerably high ratio of armed people, but they don't seem to. Of those that are armed, most of them seem to be wearing pretty poor armor, either gambeson or a leather tunic, maybe a leather helmet here or there, carrying spears or clubs and cudgels. A couple have got bows, but they seem to be self bows, so even lighter than a short bow, more equipped for hunting small game, etc. But there does seem to be a considerable number of people armed and armoured at the moment as well. And if you ask anyone about it, it's because of the reputation that Kirkle Ridge has, and the fact that people are now pretty terrified of moving en masse, that they will be attacked and accosted by bandits. In fact, there is a one person in particular. She seems to be, when she sees you, where is she? Was that someone leaving?
That was
Al.
No, I'm
No,
here.
that was
That was Aaron.
Aaron.
Maybe his internet crapped out.
Oh, mine's been pretty shaky all day.
Give him a second. Alright, anyway, he doesn't return. There is a woman who...
Ah, I'm back.
Woo.
Welcome.
Yay, made it.
This woman seems to be travelling by herself, on foot, doesn't have much in the way of possessions, but she does have a donkey that's got a few things on it. She will be quite keen to get your attention.
I guess we'll go over.
You aren't bandits, that much is clear, she will say. Are you adventurers?
Yes.
Yeah.
Indeed, we are.
The most adventurous of professions.
Sadly.
I need to get to Shulshanek as fast as possible, and I'm concerned about the road. Rumour has it that the elves are quite concerned about a number of goings on recently, and with the mercenaries headed into the valley, I'm concerned and need to get there. I have some business interests. Would you mind performing an escort for me? I'm quite willing to pay. I don't have many possessions on me, but I do have some which I don't want to lose, and I do have coin, and my business associates within Shulshanek would be quite willing to pay. I would pay you well.
For you, madame, I will be an escort.
Oh, for God's
Really?
sake.
Dude,
Let's discuss.
dude, everybody's like shaking their heads, being like, no, 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 no.
We appreciate your need of a good lady, but we feel that our presence in Shulshanek would be counterproductive at this time. It would cause far more trouble than good, shall we say?
Oh, that's
I take it you've been there before.
that doesn't
No.
sound good at all.
No, we haven't. But look,
Backstory is involved.
I could probably. I was just gonna say I could probably go because I wasn't involved, but I really was involved, very much so.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Very well then.
This is the reason.
We could offer an escort to like Riverbend and stuff if we wanted to compromise.
You can have an extra 20 XP to a character class of your choice for finding a gif about regicide.
Yes.
Oh dear.
That's great.
Just out of character, like Shulshanek is where a lot of the elves live.
Is the Elven settlement where
It is.
that ranger possibly wants to kill us? Is by possibly, I mean, she'll probably do us anyway if she saw us.
Yes, that is. Shulshanek is the last vestige of the Elven Empire or kingdom around this area. There were a few other small places like Shulvarth, and there are some elves that live amongst the humans, but Shulshanek is the only true elven settlement in here, and even then it's only got about 200 elves of pure blood, the rest are half-elves.
Yeah. Cool.
So what do they want to kill you all?
So,
So we might have possibly killed the prince, and
So that was the prince you murdered in Sumberton.
yeah,
Right. I didn't realise he was
some
Admiral
people may have
Raoul
wanted him
purpose.
alive, and people
It was
they
the
might not take kindly to that, especially the head of their elite order of raptors, who would probably kill us
the
without
12,
a second.
the 12 raptors, yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, we
badly.
killed her friend.
Yeah,
Did we kill one of them?
We killed a raptor.
yeah,
We
Which
killed
one?
we killed the one who was defending the prince. Then we killed the prince, but we also killed her friend, which was Jarell.
You carry her sword,
Yeah,
Wayne.
All right, then.
and we have her friend's staff, and
I'm wearing her armor.
and Carrot whole outfit.
Yeah, his whole outfit.
So yeah, it could go badly.
These
Yeah,
are-
we should probably leave.
He was killed.
Yeah,
He
exactly.
was brutally
Murdered.
butchered.
With glee, blood splatter everywhere.
I don't feel so bad about Drill. It's more the prince, really.
Her longsword is being held by you, and her armor is Minerva has her armor.
Mm-hmm.
Right. No, now I understand because I didn't realise it was the Elven Prince that you murder hoboed in.
And then
Oh yeah,
It was
this guy,
self-defense.
there was there was a communication breakdown.
Hypatia has his rod, and Keratin wears his armor and his quite ornate and very unique looking jacket.
Yes, I'm not sure why she still wears that.
Because it looks cool.
Yeah,
Her
but also,
words.
it's very distinctive.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
Anyway, yeah, staying out of that area forever is probably the best solution.
Oh
Let's get
yeah.
the hell out of here. In fact, this
But
person.
I mean, look, in saying that, they don't really exactly know we did it.
Yeah.
If they saw us, they might. But
Last seen next to the prince. Now seen wearing his stuff.
I think
Yeah, it's no, just
You
no.
were
He
all
gave
there
it
as
to us.
characters, and you know that Varda was there,
yes.
and Varda somehow managed to slip away. And while she may or may not have killed the prince, you don't know, she at the very least saw you attacking her comrade.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't she like kind of on the fence about it all?
She was following orders. We don't actually know what those orders were.
We think they were to bring him home.
Yeah, because
So-
judging by the guy who paid us, he wasn't an elf.
Yeah.
So why did we murder him again?
I don't know. We took a mission to kill someone, and I'm a mercenary, so I was okay with it.
I was a
why
bit
we
on the
murdered
fence, and things got a hand, and yeah.
The job was offered by someone we like, so we took it. I
Was
guess.
that in the keep, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That was Sarge.
So Sergeant gave us a quest. Killed this dude. He was causing trouble to the human kingdoms. Bye bye.
But it means we can't go to the Elven Kingdom.
Or the town anyway.
Not unless we think that they're not going to kill us.
We probably shouldn't go to their town wearing their prince's suit.
The
Agreed.
advantage that you have, Sean, is that you had nothing to do with that.
Yes.
Yeah, I know.
The other advantage you
Lenza
have,
murdered almost all of them. I'm fairly certain.
the other advantage you have, Sean, is that if there is a bounty on their heads,
Hey, yeah, I see where you're going with.
I'm not saying anything. I'm just pointing things out. That all I'm saying is you won't be included in that bounty.
Yeah.
Anyway, obviously we're not discussing all this in front of this traveler.
Yeah, we're just leaving.
I did offer. Like, do you think we could escort her as far down to at least to the we could escort her to the edge of the forest at least.
if there are troubles in Summerton, we should return there as soon as possible.
Probably.
I feel like what are we going to do about it?
Kill some mercs.
I don't know.
Prince or something.
Yeah, we're pretty handy adventurers. I mean, we might help in a battle.
Are we?
Yes.
We're not terrible. We could kill a couple of mercs. I mean, seriously,
I think we can hold our own against like a person.
Yep.
if it's just infantry, we can take it.
I feel like 100, an entire camp of them, is probably a bit above us.
Well,
And
we're
also-
not taking them all by ourselves, are we?
I mean, I don't know. We have no idea what the situation is.
Could we not go to Donduran?
I'm just going.
Could we not go to...
I'm just going to be
Sorry.
back in. I'm just going back in a couple minutes. Hang on a second.
Yeah, no worries.
You guys can keep discussing.
Yeah, we'll discuss what we want to do.
I just meant we could help defend the walls, or
But could we go to Donduran and then up through this keep and then go up to here without going through Summerton?
yeah, we could. But like, if we complete quests that are in Summerton and Summerton gets conquered, I'm not sure what that does for us.
I thought the full point was we wanted to stay out of Summerton for a while.
Oh yeah, we did too. Never mind. Ignore me. Whatever.
Well, we could.
My logic is that we're running a bit low on supplies and stuff. I know I'm running low on arrows and food and stuff.
And
We
so
head
we
to
stop at
Riverbend. We can probably restock there at least a little bit.
Uh,
And if we have the excuse of escorting this person at least a little bit, we can, actually earn some coin.
Well, if we want to do that, then why don't we, after we do that, just go to the Slaughter Scar and not go north? Like, we can fight in the Slaughter Scar. That's like the only thing Minerva's done since she lost her memory, so,
Or were we also going to get paid for the job we did with our companions at the moment?
How are we going to get paid?
Where are they getting paid?
They're getting paid up here.
Where?
You mean Braden?
Yeah.
Yeah, they said they had to go up above the Underl Forest, which is up here.
That's where they have to go.
Which is the whole reason we were heading north, was to...
Oh, okay. Dang it.
Well,
Oh.
considering if Summerton is in a state of pre-siege, they might be less concerned about us wandering back into the city.
Absolutely true.
And I think as long as we
The
don't talk to
issue-
Sarge,
the issue
it
is-
shouldn't be too bad.
The issue is, I mean,
The issue is they
we're
won't
not worried
let us
about
out.
the people. We're not worried about the people in Summerton knowing we come, like the guard or anything. We're worried about the elves in Summerton, which are probably there, and they probably don't really care about anything happening there.
Yeah.
Look, personally, I
Also
prefer.
fair.
Look, personally, as the person who actually murdered 3 out of the 4 people, elves that were in the room, I really want to lay low for a little bit.
You murdered 2 out of 3.
Oh, I'd murdered 2 out of 3.
Yeah.
How big's the bounty on these guys' heads?
Oh, you don't know yet, but it must be substantial. Don't forget there was another body as well.
Which we didn't kill.
Oh, the apprentice.
Allegedly.
The apprentice. We definitely did. Was
Yeah, that
somebody
could have been
else.
Vada. I feel
was
that could be
definitely
Vada.
Vada.
I doubt that, but sure.
I reckon it was Vada.
Well, logically.
Wait,
So
no,
the general
Vada
consensus...
or Drill, because it doesn't seem.
If anyone watched the video, you would know what happened to them.
Yes, I should probably rewatch that. What episode was that?
I don't know, maybe about 3 ago.
Yeah.
I could work it out, but anyway, I can let you know at the end.
Yeah, cool. I might rewatch that just because I wasn't there, so I need to refresh my memory on it again. Yeah. So actually, the question was at Grail. Where are they? Our companions? They were getting paid somewhere. Where was that?
Just north of the Angel Forest. Speaking of which, the fact that you have been discussing the murder of a number of elves, including one of royal lineage, in front of them has made them look at you...
We wouldn't have done it in front of them.
No.
All right,
I specifically was just like, no, we're not doing this. Let's go.
Yeah.
Like, leave. That's all Minerva did. She's just left. She was like, no, walk off. I'm out of here. Bye.
Cool.
That's her whole action.
Okay. The question is: do we want to head north, or do we want to avoid Summerton, or do we want to avoid it for a little bit longer? That's the simple question. We can worry about
Yes,
everything
go
else.
north. Go
I'm good with going
We've
north.
got to go with Braden.
Yep.
I doubt they're going to
get
be
paid.
like, yeah, let's go south and then we'll go north. Like, we're with them, so... Too bad, crazy people.
Finish one mission first, eh?
Fair enough. North it is then.
Yep. Avoid them. Run off with Braden.
Cool.
Okay, so you head back to Sumberton. That's
Up the road.
Okay.
okay.
Yep.
It takes you about a day's travel to get there from where you are. There are still a steady stream of people heading south. It seems to be diminishing as you get north. Most of the people who wanted to leave seem to have already left.
When
And
we
you
reached
see-
the walls, what's the east road looking like? Similar or?
that's a fair distance away.
Okay, cool.
If you have a look at the miles, the scale down the bottom.
Yep.
So you can see across there. It's just there's probably not as
Yeah, it's tiny.
it's tiny, and you can only really see to just outside the walls. If there's anyone midway down the road, etc., they'll be out of your line
Yep,
of sight.
cool. All good.
But there does seem, I guess you could say, more of a gaggle on the road than there were previously, or that you have spied in previous days. The gate does have a number of city guard, the garrison, on it. And you will notice that there are a few posters around outside the wall. The gates are closed, but they let people in. Did we lose someone?
What did-
Sleeping
Gang.
Pilgrim arrived.
Excellent.
How
Nice.
you going, Brian?
Good. Sat down to dinner in front of the TV about 6:30. Just woke up now. Sorry.
Well, you're not getting.
And for a
not
while there,
getting
I'm like, oh,
The
it's
good
like
news is-
10:30,
the good
10:30,
news
and
is-
it's like, fuck, I'm meant to be gaming tonight.
Yep. The good news is you're not dead. The bad news
Sweet.
is Caradwin's not dead.
Gone crazy.
The even worse news is that Caradwin has a new magical item, possibly an artifact of
nice.
power, of great power, supposedly.
Great power.
So it's going to be like the ultimate game breaker, kill anything, and Craig will just sit there going, I'm going to go and stab them with my knife. What about the
Nice.
Staff of Death? No, I'm going to stab them with my knife until I die.
Cool.
So this
You
is what
also another point. You have healed stuff
fine.
that you
Yes. I would have done that. That's no.
no, we healed overnight.
Yeah, so those
Oh.
shadow creatures who their wounds can't be healed by magical healing, but natural healing seems to be okay.
Nice.
Right, so I will
I'm logged in right now.
remove.
Goodbye, Nogrum.
Yep. Okay, so Nodgrim is only controlled by Nodgrim now, and you have. Does someone want to give Brian a quick rundown of what you have done so far tonight in 1 minute or so?
Yeah, we visit the witch. We
Sold our
encountered
souls
this
to her.
person.
It was scary.
We encountered this person called the Chosen, who seems to be some ridiculously ancient warrior,
Mhm.
and
Possibly the one who's going to turn into the 9 when she descends to the mortal plane.
yeah, that could be interesting.
I wish I hadn't missed this.
Anyway, we were offered her sword, which we said no to, and then we were offered 3 other items, one of which was the staff that we ended up giving to Caradwin. This is what Caradwin does when looking at the staff, and yeah, now we're trying to return to Summerton. We ran into a lot of refugees. And again, one of them asked us to take them to Shoshanak, to which we said, no.
Hell no.
Yeah. And
Nice summary. Thank you.
yeah, we're trying to get up and get paid. It's above the Alderan Forest or whatever. it is.
Andrel Forest. You
Andrel
are just at the moment south of Sumberton, about to enter. You joined just literally as the group were walking up to the gates, which are now closed. There are more garrison at the gates than have previously seen. They are fully kitted out. There are posters on the walls.
Do I see our faces amongst them?
Yeah.
Okay.
Fair question.
And it is a fair question. And you see a likeness of a couple of you.
Oh, no, let's skirt the city.
I'm going to go up and talk to the
What
guard.
do we want?
Who is actually on there?
So if you go up close enough to have a good look,
Don't go up close enough to have a look. If you're on the pitch, if you think you're going to be on the poster, I'll go.
Yeah,
Because I know I'm not.
Sean, why
Right.
don't you go?
so
I'll go up and talk to the guard.
sure.
Or at least look at the posters, yeah.
Okay, so you can go up and talk to the guards. The guards will approach you anyway, or they will bar your approach, so they can talk to you. So you've got that going for you. They want to know,
How
what your
how convenient.
what your business is in the city, and why you're coming armed as you are.
Well, we're basically just coming up from Riverbend, and we've got to go out to Dondarran.
Actually, from the
We're just going out there. We've got
So
a
we're just heading
message
up
to
to-
deliver.
You say
And-
you're here with friends, are you? You're passing through for business.
Yeah, going through for business, and then notice that there's a lot of refugees heading south, and just want to know what's going on.
There is a mercenary encampment north of the city, and it has spooked many of the people within. There is also quite a deal of concern within the city, especially among the ruling elite and the military. We have a situation that has the city and indeed the valley on powder keg. You can notice that all of the group have likenesses in the posters, except for
Okay.
yourself. Except for
Except
yourself.
for me.
They are wanted in relation to crimes against the city.
Does that
And-
include Braden and
No,
uh,
no, it doesn't
Okay.
include those. It
That's
is
6.
Minerva, Nordgrim, Caradwen, Jaquan, Hypatia, and Lenza. It's 50 gold reward for each of them.
okay.
No, only 50. Obviously, it's not that serious.
It doesn't. It doesn't say that they are wanted dead, for example, but it does say they wanted in relation for questioning, but they should be considered dangerous. You can get that information with like a few cursory glances whilst you're talking to this guard. Speaking of which, he will say, if you wish to enter the city, then you need to sign a reason for why you are entering and who you are. I notice that you are a priest. Are you headed?
I am.
Are you headed to Pious Way?
No, I wasn't. What's out at Pious Way?
The churches.
Oh, fair enough. I'm not really know Sumberton too well.
It's fair enough. Not everyone in the valley has been to Sumberton, and not everyone in the valley comes from here. We understand that. So, you are entering the city. How long are you intending to stay for?
Well, I'm not intending to go into Sumberton, to be precise. As I was saying, I was heading to Dondarran. But Sumberton's obviously kind of on the crossroad. But if the city's under siege, then I'm probably better off just going straight to Dondarran.
The city is not under siege. There is just a mercenary encampment north of the city.
Okay. But, okay.
Are you
Alrighty.
Are you entering the city or not?
I think, well, what time is it? Is it
It's-
really late, or?
No, it's about mid-afternoon.
I think it might be better for me just to get on the road and head to Dondarran at this stage.
Nice.
So thanks for your time, and good luck with the mercenary company to the north. I hope it doesn't turn out to be anything too bad.
Very well. Good day, sir.
Good day. And then I'll start walking around the wall.
Okay.
Nice.
Are you leaving your companions behind?
No, I'll give them a signal to come with me and walk around the wall?
Braden and Sebastian do seem a little bit confused by all this, and Braden will say, "Well, we were going into the city. What's happening?"
Feel free to.
Going into the city is not a great plan at this point.
I pull my cloak down to
For us,
obscure my
anyway.
face.
Well, Sebastian will wander up and have a look, and he'll turn around and say, "Braden, this is all our friends."
Oh my god! No!
The
Gigs up,
guards,
boys, start running.
the
Yeah,
guards
exactly.
the guards will completely miss what he said.
Excellent.
Braden
Can
will
we
wander up.
can we call him back for a second?
Yeah, sure. And he'll start wandering back. And Braden met him halfway, and then they turn around. "What's going on?" And Sebastian will be like, the posters on the wall. You're wanted fugitives."
No, we just want it for questioning. We have serious information, but it's worth more than 50 gold. We don't just give it out for free.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure if we did something really bad, they'd be offering more than 50 gold for our apprehension.
Yeah.
50
Okay,
gold.
Pay for my next level, though.
50
gold's
gold's
a lot of money, especially when there are 6 of you. And you'll notice that there's a few people now starting to look at you.
Yeah. Time to leave.
We'll catch
I'm
up.
already halfway right around the wall.
Yeah, the panic attack started.
Alternate plan. We have our new party member hand us in for 300 gold.
Now that is a strategy.
If you're confident of extricating yourself, us up.
Getting out, we know a lawyer.
No. Well, okay. So actually, first off, can we move away from the road to it so we can actually have this
Yeah,
discussion where
let's
we're
get
not
out.
getting any attention?
Yes, you can.
in front of a guard. Should we be turning ourselves in? I mean, it might be worth our while.
Anyway, cool.
Yes, you can move off the road and
Cool.
away from the general populace, and you can discuss in private.
Excellent. So, first off, we'll talk to Braden and Sebastian, and basically just say, yes, we are basically wanted for questioning. Nothing too serious, hopefully. Well, I'm sure it's just a misunderstanding.
It's
Well,
crimes against the city.
Oh, we haven't done any of those.
I promise you, I try to keep these lads in line.
Yeah. And we've been out of the city for the last couple of days anyway. So, with you, obviously.
Fair enough. Well, look, we're going to head into the city, I think. We won't mention anything about you, but we need to get a few things, and then we're going to head north if we can.
Are you planning to stop by any towns along the way, or are you just going to head straight across country?
Normally what we would do, and what we've done in the past, is head to Stump Flat and then head across from there. But we will leave notice in Stump Flat, and we might also go to Hamulak first, and we'll leave notice up there if you want to head upwards to find us.
We will probably try
Sounds
to meet
good.
you up there, yes.
Hemulak. Oh, okay. Cool.
Yep.
Cool.
Yeah.
Thank you, friends. With best of luck. We shall see you again.
Indeed.
Indeed. Thank you very much for your assistance. And
No
they will
worries.
turn and wander back towards Somerton, and you'll see them talking to each other, and Braden will shrug his shoulders and shake his head a bit, and they'll just move back up to the road and towards the gate.
Cool.
We should probably hightail it just in case.
No, okay, so
Yeah.
the question is, do we want to hand ourselves in now and try to bluff our way out of this?
I mean, yes, because even if they've decided we did something bad, maybe they'll just have us help defend the walls against the mercenaries, possibly, and that gets us out of trouble. Or they'll send us on a dangerous mission from which we cannot possibly return. Look, we're useful people. They don't just want to throw us in
Yeah,
jail
for
cell.
sure. Yeah.
I'm sure
that's
they'll
right.
let us redeem ourselves. Even
They've
if
got
they've
problems.
decided-
They're not just gonna kill us. Yeah.
And also, I don't know whether they have any solid evidence that we have, apart from the stuff that we have on us, obviously.
Yeah.
But we have. But Sean, you happen to be not wanted. So what I suggest is that we
Hide
give
out
our-
here outside town.
yeah, have our incriminating stuff maybe taken off us, including the sword, the staff, and what Sheridan is still wearing.
Yep, and the rod.
And then we turn ourselves in, like because like we can walk up to the city and say, oh, we're wanted. But what do we? We haven't done anything wrong. We'll go and see what this is about, and hopefully we can.
That's
So
a
you
solid
want me to-
strategy.
You want me to put all of the contraband, like all of the evidence that you've committed these crimes, on a mule, and then turn the rest of you guys in and pretend that all of contraband on the mule is not mine?
I feel like
I think we
no.
would hide
I
it.
feel like we shouldn't bring the stuff anywhere near the city,
No,
and
we should
we
bury it
should
somewhere.
turn ourselves in rather than you turn us in, because it feels like it implies that we're doing it ourselves, which it gives a better appearance to the
The only difference is
Make it appear they were
money.
trying to clear our name.
The only difference is money. If someone else turns us in, then we're 300 GP richer.
Yes, but also that doesn't imply that we try to not that we try to avoid being turned in.
I think you missed the point there. I'll be 300 gold pieces poorer.
Yeah.
How are you going to blush away that you, on your own, managed to apprehend 6 people?
Hey, I'm just good.
Yeah, okay.
Well, is that specified in the bounty? I mean, this sounds like a profitable situation.
Again, trust me on this. I have a lot of experience in getting into trouble and getting out of trouble. the more some things are a little bit more important. Something not being arrested and banned from most towns around here is probably better than having 300 gold in the short term.
Speak for yourself.
That
I'm not
does seem
banned from
like
town.
sensible advice.
Yes, unfortunately, Sean, you are both new and not ones with your heads on the line.
Although I do like the idea of avoiding this problem until we've done like some more crime fighting. Like if we go up and we kill if we did go up to Mount Titania and killed like a couple of Goliaths and came back with their heads, they might be more likely to be like, oh yeah, those guys are legit monster killers.
I mean, we've already done that though. Like we have. I just want to get it over and done with now rather than later.
Okay.
Because the longer we don't turn up is the more suspicious it gets. Like now, we could just say, "Oh, we've been out of town for a few weeks," and come back, and suddenly we're wanted for something we didn't know about. This, we'll go and see what's wrong.
Okay.
The sooner we do it, the less likely it is that we'll be,
But we don't have any
more
heads to
suspicious.
turn in.
Okay, we should at least find out what we've been accused of first, and then we can figure out what we can do to, I don't
No.
know, try and
Well,
pull
if
the
we
way out
can
of it.
get this money, we can. Right? Because basically all we have to do is basically Sean walks us through and we just met up with him. It doesn't say that we have to be under duress. It doesn't say that we have to be dead or anything like that. So if we just walk in with him, then he can claim it. And we can say, hey, look, we noticed when we're walking up. You guys want to
Appeal to our better.
It's a win-win. It achieves both the goals.
Trust Brian
Yeah.
to try and go the capitalist route.
I mean, I'm just worried if we try to hand ourselves in, somebody else will try to arrest us.
Well, I mean, if we walk directly to the guards on the west gate because we don't want to walk up to them, it'd be a little bit suspicious. Oh, look at these people! I know nothing about them. 2 seconds later, shows up with them all in tow.
Yep.
Yeah.
I feel like
okay.
if we walk directly to the west gate and basically see the guards there, hand ourselves in right there and then, we'll have less a chance to get someone notice us and just say,
So, quick question. If we're walking to the west gate, does that mean we're swimming across the river?
sorry, the east gate.
Ah.
No. He's saying if you walk to the west gate, then yes, you are swimming across a river.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Unless you want
Yes.
to walk all the way back down to Riverbend, cross the bridge, over to
Wave to the
Cross.
girl that we told we wouldn't we weren't going to escort.
Bad deal.
Cool. Okay, so that's Linda's advice is to turn ourselves in rather than try to get the 300 gold. If you want to be greedy and screw over our chances, you are feel free to do that, but Lenza will not be having any part of it.
I will, of course, follow along with whatever you decide to do.
Because that's never gone bad before.
No, but they've helped Nogram a number of times.
I meant by when, in the past, when people have gone along with it,
Oh, yeah.
no princes ended up dead.
Yeah.
Yep.
So,
Okay, so
Hypatia, Minerva, what do you think?
I would be
I mean-
fine.
I'm not against it, but this is my warning.
I don't think it's that dangerous. This isn't like modern days when they have fingerprinting and stuff. All they have again is probably we were seen
Okay.
around the
Well-
area and they want us for
well then-
questioning.
That's fine, as long as we find somewhere good to hide our loot.
I was going to say, except for all of the stuff that you're wearing that is directly owned by the corpses.
And we don't even know. Well, it probably is about the prince, but it might not be about the prince. It might be about that apprentice for all we
Cool.
know.
I
The odds
still
are
feel
it
like
probably is about the
I
prince.
still feel like walking up in the clothes and weapons and everything of the person we murdered probably isn't the best plan. Not
yeah.
being framed. I don't think, oh hey, we found this on the side of the road isn't going to cut it.
Yeah, I'm not disagreeing. I'm saying we just need to find somewhere good to hide it.
Cool.
If we went and did a different mission first, I'm sure we would find a place on the way. But now we're just sort of dumping stuff in a hill, like around Sumberton, I guess.
Hide it in plain sight by wearing it.
No.
Yeah.
Wear
They'll
it
never-
backwards, they won't realise it then.
Put some glasses on.
I mean, we don't really have to hide it. We can literally just give Sean one of the donkeys and have all the stuff in bags on it.
As
So
long
which-
as he doesn't enter the city with us, he
Which
may be-
direction
yes,
did we
he
may be
approach
taken in if
Somerton
he
from?
goes with us.
South.
Sure.
All right, so we moved through all those hills and stuff.
Yeah.
Did
Yeah.
Nogram, as a dwarf, see anywhere that might be useful?
Kirkle Ridge is where you were, then that's where you were extricating yourself from. Kirkle
Yeah.
Ridge is, there's plenty of places in there, but it's full of...
It's full of bandits. That's not
bandits, monsters, labyrinth line, like
hills.
hills and crevices.
It's not the best place to dump stuff.
Yeah, I'm fine with giving Sean the donkeys as long as he doesn't enter with us. So
Yeah.
give him the donkeys full of the gear that we don't want on us.
So you mean I'm not going to get the 300 gold?
No,
No, but you
I
could
think
steal all
that's-
our stuff and make yourself an enemy of the party. Roll
Hey, that's cool. That's a great idea.
be an ongoing bad guy, stole all the shit hot loot. Yeah, that's what I would do. I mean, it depends on your alignment. My character's chaotic, so
What do you mean
let me tell you right now. What
Oh,
Minerva-
this is great.
There's no doubt in my mind that if the party hands literally everything over to Minerva at some stage, she's not like, yeah, later days. Mission complete. We got him.
Yeah, so I'm sorry, Sean, but the 300 gold doesn't look like it's going to be forthcoming.
Because see, the next thing is I'm not neutral. I'm good, but your party is obviously bad because you all have a bounty on your head. So
Well,
the
as-
justification there is that this loot should be sold and the money given to the poor. Wouldn't that make your day if I sold it all and gave the money to the church?
Nogram would like to think that he's presented a relatively good sort of influence. Things are complex in this world. When I was once like you, where I saw things very black and white, but the world is not black and white. It's gray. There's lots of situations that don't quite balance perfectly on the scales of justice and good.
It's mostly green. Have you seen the grass everywhere and the trees and stuff? Are you colorblind?
He could well be. He's a dwarf.
I am a dwarf, yes. Underground and all,
Cool. So let's make a decision. What are we going to do?
Okay.
Yeah, I'm happy handing ourselves in.
Yep.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. So we'll dump all the stuff to Sean.
Great.
Now the next important question is: can we part Caradun from anything?
It
To be
depends.
fair, the staff, if it's cursed, wasn't involved with any of the other
I
stuff.
know. It's just all the other prince gear.
I'd personally put the staff away too.
Staff of backbiting.
It
Yeah.
probably
I'm not
is a little suspicious.
I'm less worried about the staff, but I'm basically offloading the rod to. Yeah.
Yeah, cool. All right, so great. Well, the plan is, I guess, get rid of all the stuff that we took from the elves that we murdered. So which includes the sword, the rod, the clothes that Seradrin has, and the armor that we got from.
Yep.
And the
Do we have any
staff, I believe.
So
Do we have any
that's-
canvas?
So you've got your sword, you've got the rod, you've got the armor, you've got the jacket, you've got the staff. That's,
And the cloak.
You've got Jarell's spell book. Someone has that
Yep.
in their
I
possession.
have it. I'll take it off. Dang it. Can I just put a note next to these things so I don't have to write them in again if we
Just-
get them back again?
You can put it into the.
Oh, I've said donkey next to it anyway.
I was going to say you put it in the party treasure as well.
Yep.
And just say that this is currently being
Just
handed.
changes
or
the
whatever.
location.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll just say it's on donkey. Donkey. That's fine.
All right.
Cool.
And you are going to move up to the city guard
To the east
garrison.
entrance.
Okay.
What's the west?
I suggest Sean, you go in first and find somewhere to stay, and then we'll come in after. So no suspicion is put on you afterwards, I guess.
So, looking at the mule, is there any way that you can see the staff and sticking out of it,
Yeah.
like out of the pack?
It's pretty
Are we
easy.
able to?
It's
Are
pretty
we
easy
able to
cover
wrap it
stuff.
up in something? Okay, so we can cover it up.
You-
Alright.
It's got a pack frame on it.
Are we sure
I know,
we don't
but-
want the money?
Nodgrim,
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
like, Sean could
Nodgrim,
just, like,
do you want to
say,
spend the rest
hey.
of your life in jail,
Probably been in worse places.
or
Hey,
or
I
at
could
the
just say,
hands of the elves?
Hey, I pointed out to these guys that they were wanted for something, and they came in with me, and so I should collect the reward. And these guys are willingly turning themselves in.
Yes, and what do you think? Do you think the donkey would be searched at all? No. Yeah,
All right,
I-
all right, all right.
I feel like. Trust me, this is the better way.
I will trust you.
Cool, awesome. So let's do it.
Okay,
Yep.
I go in and find a pub
I mean,
somewhere.
the taverns are pretty nice. We'll direct you to what's the one we stay in?
The one you normally stay in is at the Sly Wink.
Slide. Yeah.
That's
is
that's the middling one, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
That is the pretty good one. That is actually.
But it's
one,
where the adventurers go.
It's the
Yeah.
adventurers one. You know. So I'll put you back over to Summerton anyway, so Sean can see.
Mm-hmm.
When it loads, the Sly Wink is number 37.
Yep.
And you
So
are
it's-
entering from over here.
Alrighty.
All right.
Yeah, over here, I take it.
If you want to enter first, then again, you'll notice that there are posters around. There are quite a number of soldiers, the garrison here. You count maybe about 10 of them, which is a sizable number. The gates are closed, but they have the they open it for the large for wagons or the like, and everyone else can walk through the small door.
Mm-hmm.
They will, like at the south gate, ask you your business in Summerton, where you're coming from, etc. And just ask you to sign a ledger if you can sign, if you can write, if not to make your mark. And they will record the details in their ledger. Are you going to, they won't search you or anything like that after you, are you going to make 300 gold?
No. I'll just say, yep, nope, come from Don
Dundurn.
Darren, and just want to spend the night here and trade some goods and get some food for the next leg of my journey.
And why are you armed and armoured as you are?
I'm a cleric. I try and help the innocent and defend the innocent against evil and banditry and that sort of thing. And my
So you're an
understanding,
adventuring priest.
I am an adventuring sort of person, yes.
Very good. Then, just so you are aware, there is going to be a registration placed upon adventurers, most likely within the next day or so. You may be asked to head to the keep to register,
Okay, what's the registration for, may I ask?
to keep a track of all people who are under the occupation of adventurer within the valley.
Okay, it seems odd. Is there a reason for the change in rule?
Oh, indeed, there is. There's been considerable issues with adventurers lately, as well as, well, I believe the Lord Barris Castellane would like to tax you.
Taxes? Oh, that seems...
But there has been some
harsh.
issues with adventurers. Well, you can choose to take up a non-violent lifestyle, I guess.
Yeah, I guess so. Alrighty. Oh, well, I will keep an ear out for the notification, and I'll go and register myself when and if it comes out.
Very good. You may enter the city. Enjoy your stay.
I will try.
The rest of you.
Cool.
I'm going to go and stand. Is there anything over around here that's interesting?
There's people milling around everywhere on the side of the road talking, and there's people moving up and down. There's some people in horseback, etc. But for the most part, you can stand wherever you want. There's room to stand around.
I'm going to generally mill around and keep an eye on the party as it come through the gate, but make it look like I'm interested in the city that I've not been to before.
That's fine. The
Alright.
other 6 of you.
So I guess we'll just walk up and then I guess look surprised at our wanted faces.
Okay, as you approach, one of the guards will step forward. Afternoon. What is your business in the city?
Do you want me to take this, or does anyone with a better charisma want to take this?
Yeah, sure. I'll take this because that'll be hilarious. Unless the patient.
I'm gonna step
over,
in.
man.
Okay.
Good. Is it morning, afternoon?
It's
Afternoon.
afternoon. It's late.
Good afternoon there. We were just back in town. I can't help that our likenesses seem to be some wanted posters. We would really very much like to clear our names.
He squints at you, then he turns around, looks at the poster, looks back at you. Joyd, is this those ones up on the wall? I think so. Then there'll be a bit of excitement among the guards, and they'll rush forward and with spears brandished.
I put my hands in the air.
Also, I'll say, whoa, we mean no harm. We're just curious why our faces are there.
Yeah. We wish to talk to whoever's in charge.
I guess whoever asked for us to be arrested.
Yeah, well, you start by putting your weapons on the ground. Thank you very much. And look, we don't want no trouble with you, and I'm sure you don't want no trouble with us. So if that's what you want to do, then we'll just get through this
Very
nice
well.
and easy.
I'll get rid of
Alright,
my
3 rounds later, I put all my weapons down.
You'll hear a
I
bell
put
being
mine on
rung.
the ground around me.
You'll hear a bell being rung. Ding, 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 ding.
I'll
Then I
mention.
put
I
my-
hope we can get those back after we clear this up.
Let's hope so.
Well, it depends, doesn't it? If you can get it cleared up. So we're going to get some irons for you. Just hang on a second. He doesn't seem to be at all prepared for this.
Yep.
Sir, there's no need for irons. We are willingly turning ourselves in. We want to resolve this as much as you do.
Of course, and you can still wear the irons. And
Precautions needed.
one of the
Yes,
other
sir.
members of the garrison will run down, and he's like, I got 5. Will that do? It's like, we need 6.
It's okay. I can pretend. That's the same as having 9. Look. I put my hands together. Just sort of hug them together. I pretend you mime having irons on. Well, did it.
We mean you no harm, sir.
Look, doesn't matter. You're getting the irons on. Unless you want to make this, troublesome. Because if there isn't anything to be... if there isn't a problem, then they'll come off pretty soon, won't they?
No, sir. I put my hands out.
And they all clap irons on 5 of you. Minerva is the first one they clap irons on,
Oh, fair enough.
and a sixth set of irons will be procured shortly, and you'll all be clapped into irons.
So who missed out?
No, six
No
of you.
one.
They found another one.
another set.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah, okay.
And you will be surrounded by the guards of
Yep.
the garrison, and they will lead you towards the keep.
Sean missed out.
Well, this is a new experience. How exciting! You guys arrest many people?
We don't normally do this kind of stuff. No, we're not really the peacekeepers within the city. We're the defenders of the valley. We're the
All right.
soldiers. We're not. There hasn't really been much of a call for this, but what with treasonous acts lately and all that.
All right. So who are we going to talk to?
Oh, you're going to go and sit in a cell for a bit until the Lord or the captain wants to come and talk to you.
Treasonous actions, you say? That sounds pretty serious.
Oh yeah, there's been a good deal of turmoil in the city, and not at a good time either with the mercenaries. And one of the other guards will lean over and jostle this guy and say, "Don't talk to the prisoners."
Oh, we've been out for a few days, but okay.
Yeah.
And like seriously, we're not.
You do realise we haven't done anything wrong.
We don't mean to resist or like. We just want to figure this out.
That's fine. You can
Well,
figure it out with
probably
you can figure it out
Yeah.
then with the people who will come and talk to you. I assume
Cool.
it's probably going to be Barris or Captain Donalgan,
That's fine.
and they will lead you through the streets, and you will see there's quite a gaggle of people who will end up following you.
Of course.
You'll be pelted with some rotten tomatoes and vegetables and fruit.
Lovely.
Now, before we're put in this cell, would it be possible to send a note to our legal representation?
Should we have legal representation?
Yes, we do. We know a lawyer. He asked us to talk to him if we have any business for him. I feel like we should get a lawyer.
Gotta get a real good one to get us out of this one.
Innocent people get lawyers.
Yep, sure.
Pity you don't have that 300 gold to pay him.
Yeah,
I
right?
feel like if you wanted to do that, you probably would have given a note to Sean.
Yeah. I have wisdom 4.
I feel like you should have told someone before this.
Oh, I probably should have. Dang.
Cool.
So-
Alright, moving on.
If you want to try and do that, then that is fine.
I'll just ask the guard if you could take a message to Master. Dang it! Does anybody remember what the lawyer's
Will
called?
abroad?
No, not Willabroad. God.
Willabroad would be a terrible lawyer.
Sorry.
Willabroad would be a
Boren-
terrible lawyer.
Boren Dortrum.
Oh yes. Could someone please tell Oren Dortrin that we have handed ourselves in?
And require his services.
Yeah.
Well, no, because I'm not an errand boy. And you'll still be led through the streets, and they will tell you now to be quiet. And you'll continually get pelted with rotten food and vegetables. Well, when I say continually, occasionally. There's a group of maybe about 7 or 8 youths that are following and throwing stuff at you.
Lovely.
I'm gonna mark them.
Okay.
I ignore it.
Nope. I'm petty.
Excellent.
They will lead you through the square here and up past the Chicane Merchant Guild and then to the keep. There is a good deal of commotion going on at the keep. There are a number of soldiers practicing out the front and look like they are being put through very hard rigours as opposed to the light to moderate rigours that they've been put through in the past that you have spied.
Cool, so they're gearing up for something.
You'll notice that
They're expecting trouble.
you do recognise someone who's nearby. You'll see one of the members of the Brotherhood of the Silver Dagger. You'll see Brother Tobias.
Cool. We avoid eye contact.
He is talking to some of the soldiers, and when he spies you, he'll see you guys coming because there's a group of prisoners being escorted by a large number of soldiers.
Guards.
He will watch you, and he will shake his head, and then he will. And
I'll
he will-
wait. Hey.
Yeah, I'll indicate to him as well.
Yep, he will catch your eye. He won't do anything else other than shake his head, and then he will lower his head back down and walk south, and still shaking his head as he leaves. You'll be taken into the keep, and there is some cells underneath. You'll be placed in a cell together.
Lovely.
Okay.
All your gear has been confiscated, all of it.
Yep.
No surprise there.
That's
Like,
why we
including
we gave the important stuff to Sean.
my holy symbol.
Did that include
Yes.
all the gold? Well,
Everything that they were carrying has been taken off them. Holy symbol
Then-
and everything.
but did they give their gold to me with
I
all
don't.
the
Well,
contraband?
I had no gold, so I didn't have anything to give up. But I assume the party loot would have gone with you. I'm not sure
you have
what
everything
anyone else
was on
does.
the donkeys, so that's most of my stuff.
Yeah,
But
probably most of the stuff you have.
Yeah, you
Yep.
still have a fair bit of stuff, but yes, you've got all the money and stuff. Nobody carries
Yeah,
that one.
I gave you 13 GP.
Oh, this is
Wanna
going to be an
record
awesome
that
night
before I
at the pub.
delete it. Yeah,
Oh,
it's a risk, but it's gonna get taken anyhow. So
Yeah.
So am I
So,
writing this down, or are
13?
you just...
no, you
no,
write it
it's
down.
just on donkey. I mean, if he
Oh,
says
okay.
we die,
Alright.
we can-
Just write on donkey next to your
Yep, I will.
next
Yep.
in the location, because it's
Yeah.
going to be too hard to track where it all goes otherwise.
yeah.
Cool.
If we don't
Cool.
make it,
Yep,
it's
good
okay.
idea.
Be like, that's on donkey. That's on donkey.
Yep.
However, I have to remember to
Done.
tell you to take the money out when I pay for my inn and the hookers and the booze and the...
And other expenses of being the external player at the moment,
That's right.
the non-locked up player.
Okay, you guys will be in this cell. You notice that there is a guard kept outside your door constantly.
Okay.
About an hour after you're brought in, are you doing anything in the interim?
I mean,
Chilling.
yeah. I mean, there's not much else to do, really.
Anyone-
Telling some. Oh, hoping to hear some sweet yarns. Getting to
The-
know each other.
Okay, so the cell that you're in is occupied only by you. It seemed to be a cell off from the rest of the cells. It seemed to have a bit of an isolationist type
Okay.
style to it. About an hour after you are led into the cells, you'll hear some talking at the front of your cell. The door will be opened. 2 guards will come in with this person.
Nice armor.
Hello, Anna.
She has
I'll stand up, I guess.
She has an austere and very stern look about her. She will cast a derisive eye over you. So, you have returned.
Yes.
Yes, and we're wondering why we're in here,
Wanted.
I guess. Yes.
Are you really?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
That's why we turned ourselves in.
You have no clue what you are in here for. Honesty will serve you much better. You must be aware of this.
Yes, we were being honest. That's we've been
That
away
is
for a
why
couple.
we're here.
We've been
We
away for a
have
couple of
certainly
days out
not
of town.
committed any treasonous acts against this city.
Have you, or have you not, been to Lashinara the Conjurer's abode in the last fortnight?
Who was Lashnera the Conjurer? I don't say this out loud, but like,
That was
Yeah.
that was the place where we killed all those elves.
okay, cool. So I wasn't there. Sorry, I don't know what the place
That's right.
was called.
Look,
Number 24.
Okay, cool. Have we been there apart from to do that? I don't think we have.
we have, but not actually been inside. We've been there because I went there. Everything there was too expensive.
Okay,
Or
cool.
I was like forewarned. But actually, Mark went there, not
And was unable to get.
was unable
an
to get
audience.
inside because he's filthy.
Yep, cool. I'll say like we've been. So I guess yeah, we've been there, but it's been too expensive. I guess. Or who's doing the talking? Someone did the talking
Yeah, it's too expensive to buy anything there.
for us, at least. Anyway.
Yeah.
So you are aware,
hmm
your co-conspirator confessed and was executed 2
Co-conspirator.
days ago. Sergeant Gamlin was hung for his part in the murder of Prince Varian. The murder,
He's hung.
the murder
That's
of
terrible.
2 other elves and Leshanara the Conjurer's apprentice. He confessed to hiring you to do this at the behest of another.
That's ridiculous.
He confessed.
I
So
know not why. It
You
was not true.
There has been a number of other people within the city who, upon questioning, have confirmed that you were seeking the whereabouts of these elves.
we were, but his he didn't charge us with killing the elf, as far as we knew. He just asked us to get him out of the city. That wasn't a kill order. If he thought that we were going to kill him, he was gravely mistaken. He said to deal with a problem that was inside the city. That problem was the elf. We removed the elf. The elf is no longer in the city, but kill him? And why would we kill some random apprentice? That's ridiculous. Like,
That's
was
a
this
good
apprentice
question.
dangerous? I definitely killed no apprentice. Well, you could surely someone in town is gifted enough to cast a spell to tell the truth of what I am saying. The elven prince we removed from the city, and I did not kill this this
Oh,
apprentice.
never mind. The person whose abode that you committed these heinous acts in will be here forthwith to discuss this with you. In addition to Lord Barris Castellane and an envoy from Shulshanek.
Okay,
If,
sounds good.
as you say, you are innocent and there was a miscommunication on Sergeant Gamlin's part, then you might be lucky. Luckier than he was. He did confess, as I said, not realizing what the punishment would be, but as it was seen as treasonous, especially in these times, that he unfortunately met the end of a short, sharp rope.
I assure you, I am a man of the gods, and I ensure my companions follow the same principles.
You do realize that the gods are a bunch of murderous bastards.
It depends
now
on who you
don't
worship.
let
who
them
you
hear you
worship,
saying
sir.
that.
Yeah.
The gods give you no credibility at all, I'm afraid. But I will leave it to the others to discuss with you when they arrive. Honesty will be your best option, because
As it always has been, good
as
sir.
you did ask, did you call me sir?
Yes.
As you did ask if there's anyone to cast spells in this city, yes, and he will be here shortly. I bid you adieu, and I hope for your sake it turns out well. I know of you, I have seen you around the keep previously, and until recently I thought of you, most of you, to be fine, upstanding people. We shall see. I thought the same of Sergeant Gamlin before he confessed to hiring assassins. Good day.
Okay.
Can we have 2 seconds just so I can look up a spell
Well.
really quickly?
I never look my stat block anyway.
Mm-hmm.
And she will leave. The guards will leave after her. One of them will shrug when the other one mentions something. And the door will be closed. Again, there is a guard outside.
Cool.
I'm in a very
Do you think we can whisper in private?
Possibly.
I mean, I speak and thieves can't.
Well, that's nice.
Yeah, wait,
And everyone else.
two of us can communicate.
That's not
We
going to
can
look half
form the
suspicious.
circle and write stuff in the dirt if you want to be
Sean,
suspicious.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you went to the Sly Wink, did you? Number
I
37?
did.
Alright. You find that it is very empty. There isn't much of a jovial atmosphere in here, and you will hear tale of, from the few people that are in here, that definitely there was a commotion within the city recently, and one of the prominent officers within the garrison was publicly executed by hanging for conspiring to murder an elven prince. Apparently there is a great deal of angst. Lord Barris Castellan himself and a member of the elven nobility attended the execution. The adventurers within the city have been had a lot of their liberties removed recently, and this has been heightened and highlighted even further by the mercenaries encampment to the north. Some of the mercenaries, very few, have entered the city, envoys, etc. There are, but they don't come in heavily armed, only a couple at a time, paymasters and the like. The proprietor of the Sly Wink is pretty concerned about all this, not the least of which it's going to disrupt his business, but there is a feeling among those within the city that something is about to go down, and they are concerned that there is someone somewhere making a power play, either for Sumberton or the whole of the valley. And this has just coincided a really bad time. As I said, it's not jovial in here at all. It's quite dour. There is virtually no one in here, maybe about 5 or 6 adventurers. You do know that one of the, or you will see that one of the adventurers who is in here is Sir Etienne. You have heard of him before, and he is sitting quietly by himself with a drink, and he is looking over a number of sheets of paper. When you see him doing that, you notice that some of the sheets appear to be legal stuff, but there is also the wanted posters that you spied on the outside of the city.
If I see that, I go sit down next to him.
You're not there, you're in a cell.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
you're with us.
Yeah,
We're all chilling in the cell, yo.
fair enough
Yeah.
then.
Yeah, I'll mosey on over. Is he sitting at the bar or at a separate
No,
table?
he's sitting at a separate table.
Oh, okay. Oh, I might head over to him and introduce myself, and make a just comment that it appeared that those people on the wanted pictures had been escorted to the keep.
Oh, is that so?
Yeah. Looks like they came in through the east gate
Out of character, would
not
you?
half hour ago.
Out of character, would you have known that?
What,
Yes.
that you'd been collected? Yes, because
he was watching the
He was
gate.
watching us.
Okay,
saw it.
sorry, I missed that.
Yep.
and on
Oh.
top of that, we had a whole plot with like I go through the gate, then you guys get captured afterwards.
Oh yeah, I got that bit. I just wasn't quite sure if you were actually watching it.
That's all good. So Etienne will push his drink to the side, collect his papers, put them into a satchel. What's your name, sir?
Sean Fitzlogan.
I'm Sir Etienne. I'm an adventurer and paladin. Glad to meet your acquaintance. I'm sure I'll talk to you again soon. I need to go. I have some things I need to see to. Thank you very much. As he's about to leave, he'll stop and turn around. Drinks are on me, and he'll leave.
Sorry.
He's
said,
paying your tab.
He said drinks are on me, and then he leaves.
Oh, then you lose. I missed the last bit. You just dropped out for a second.
Yep. So
Thanks.
My pleasure. Thank you for the information. And as he leaves, you'll say, Sean can drink on my tab.
And drink he will.
Are you intending to do anything else while you're at the Sly Wink, or just get drunk?
I'm going to restock arrows for everyone.
Excellent.
Basically, restock arrows, food, get a night, and basically just prepare if we have to make a quick getaway to have a fully stocked mule ready to go out that gate at a moment's notice in the getaway mule.
Okay. Whilst you are there, you'll notice that there's, like, as I said, there's not many people in there. A small halfling will wander in about 20 minutes or so after Sir Etienne leaves.
Of course it is.
Halfling pickpocket, just who I'd want to know about.
He'll wander in and he'll just say to the barkeep, "Oh, did you hear? Those friends of yours got arrested for that dastardly stuff they were doing. You know, that adventuring group, what were their names? They hung around with that really ugly orc at one stage. Lenzo and Jaquan, those guys. Yeah. They'll probably hang for that, you know. But anyway, enough of that. I've come into a lot of money recently. How about some drinks?"
Poor Willebrod.
And he will get quite a few drinks. He'll turn around and say, drinks on the house, everybody. Only the finest stuff, top shelf, please, barkeep." And he'll sit down. He'll wander over to you, Sean. Did you hear about those horrible mercenaries?
Yeah, I heard you say something when you came in. I saw them. I saw 6 people getting all shackled up at the east gate when I came in, just after I came in. What was it all about? Can you tell me the story?
Apparently some high and mighty elf visiting the city was brutally murdered. Lashanara, the conjurer, was after information. I was only too happy to tell him what I knew. So, yeah, there's a bunch of people apparently were ready to spill their guts over it. But these ones, they made a bright royal mess of Lashanara's place, and I think that's what he was most annoyed with. That and his apprentice getting offed. He wasn't so concerned about the elves as far as I can see. But you know, they were paying a pretty penny, and what can you do? Money is money, as you know. Anyway, have some drinks on me. I mean, I'm all for a little bit of a bit of argy-bargy and a little bit of stuff under the table, but I don't like violence, honestly. It does my head in. So I'm happy.
Well, depending on the violence, quite literally.
I'm happy for violent people to get done with violence themselves. Anyway, have a drink. It's yeah. I'm quite happy with the outcome of everything that's been going on lately. Quite good, if you ask me.
Oh, I wonder why that is.
Oh well. Thanks for the drink and the news. It's always interesting to find out what's going on in the city when you first turn up.
I just stand there
Stealing
closely
your
watching my
stuff.
party to determine my next step.
Remember, you don't know where that's going on at the moment.
Oh yeah, that's true.
That's in the pub. You're in a cell.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you for the reminder.
Speaking of the cell, not long after Sergeant Anna Gleese came and saw you, there will be more of a commotion outside. And... Oops, not that guy.
Sir Etienne.
Am I
Hello,
supposed to be seeing
18.
someone?
18.
We don't have a fucking strategy. We're fucked. Anyway,
We're fine.
no, we're not.
2 men will enter. They will wave the guards away. and walk in. Sir Etienne has a long look on his face. Looks to be more serious than you have seen him before, even when you first met him after his companion was killed, and they were celebrating or commiserating his life. Lashonara, the conjurer, who you have heard of and you may have seen glimpses of in the city, comes in. He is a shorter man than you had otherwise would have expected to see. Doesn't seem to be in any way, shape or form probably the most powerful person in the city, or at least that's what the rumour and legend would say. But he does seem to carry himself with an air of authority and superiority.
Sir Etienne, so good to see you. Perhaps you can clear up this mess. We certainly committed no treason against this city.
I see. I'll let Lashonara speak. I just came here to see you and to judge for myself what may have happened.
Oh,
Very well.
okay. I was hoping you'd be the judge, but I don't know this Lashonara. But sure.
Greetings, I guess.
As long as they're fair. I mean, if you're here, I'm sure they will be.
Yes.
Let's find out.
So, Lashonara, the conjurer, just looks at you for a while.
Hello. You're here to clear up this mess.
My apprentice is dead, and I have suspicions where her downfall came from, and it is probably not at your hand.
Oh, good. Well, as long as that's agreed upon, that we had nothing to do with her death.
Did you kill Prince Varian within my residence?
I did not strike him down with my warhammer. I did not stab him with my knife. In fact, none of here hurt him with any weapon.
You are saying that your group is not responsible for his death, the death of his friend and lover Lane, and the death of another elf, Jaril.
Well, I can't say that we're not responsible. I mean, how do you truly judge whether someone's responsible for something? But were not the hand that
That's not the best start to that.
well, no, because we're being technical here. I don't want him to use a spell that then says, well, you're partially responsible. I'm saying we certainly did no murder in your residence.
I see.
And I believe that to be the case. Because self-defense is not murder. Yes. In my mind. I'm not saying that. I'm making it very clear. I have to make it clear that Minerva does not think that she murdered anybody. Because I don't think she murdered anybody.
I asked if you killed him. Did you kill him? Did any of your group kill the prince? Do you know why he was within this city? Do you know what the cost of his death will be?
I'm not sure why he was in the city. We were asked to remove him from the city.
Suppose his death would probably not help relations between this city and
The elves?
the elven settlement.
Certainly we didn't want to kill the prince.
He taps his staff twice on the ground, and suddenly all of you feel slightly
Compelled.
For a moment, you feel almost as though you're suffering from a bout of vertigo. Your ears ring, you lose a bit of equilibrium, etc., and then it passes.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
You can speak freely. No one outside of this room will hear anything that you say.
Very well. We were hired by the sergeant to remove the prince from the city. We took this mission believing that it was given by the lord of the city, because that's who we thought was hiring us. We went to the residence. We were attacked repeatedly by some elves who were there. We saw that they had already murdered your apprentice, and when we tried to talk to them, they continued to attack us. Anything that happened in self-defense.
You see, I know Prince Varian, or I knew him reasonably well, and his lover Lane, who is also a member of the Raptors.
Mm-hmm.
Let me tell you, Prince Varian left Shulshanek not because he wanted to, but because he had to, and he left there to try and avert a war. He came here to seek assistance from someone, from anyone, and I spoke to him at length, and came to the decision that his actions were noble, and he was selfless in what he was doing, and he put his life on the line. I was out of the city, following up some of the leads and investigating some of the information that he had given in his discussions with me, when my home was invaded. He was there with Lane at my bidding. He had sanctuary within my walls. You were not allowed in, yet you came. Someone else came in, I am sure of that, and I have my clues and suspicions.
That would have been
That was the
Vada.
first raptor.
Yes.
She had attacked us, and we pursued her into your residence.
And it's
Oh,
possible
We were
that
attacked at the Sly Wink and pursued her.
she may have been responsible of the death of the apprentice.
Pretty sure it was her, but maybe not. Don't know.
See, your lies are not helping you. The spirit of Lane has been spoken to, as has Jaril.
Okay,
We
I haven't
know-
actually lied though.
Well,
just-
you
just-
have.
How
but,
so?
But that is beside the point. You will admit to the murder, and you will be publicly executed. But
I will admit to no murder because I
Well-
murdered no one.
you
I
did.
agree.
But if you do not admit to the murder and be publicly executed, then I'm afraid that the Elven Court will probably want you. Now, if you are executed, I can make sure that it is an execution in visage only.
Just let me ask you, Sir Etienne, are you able to tell truth from lies?
No, but I can tell when someone is a darkened soul, and I have a fairly good view and a fairly good measured approach to being able to tell myself, but I have no power to discern truth from fiction.
Dang it. I wanted someone who could tell whether I was lying. I murdered no one.
Well, all I can say is we were certainly
Do you
misled.
consider it murder when a goblin attacks you and you kill it?
A goblin has no rights, says Leshanara. A goblin is a degenerate. An elven prince is something
Okay.
altogether different.
So if I attacked you, would you consider it murder if you killed me?
I don't believe that they attacked you.
Well, you're wrong.
I believe that you and your group attacked them first.
Nope,
That is
I
not
certainly
correct.
did not.
Would you like to replay the video?
Yeah. I would, but I didn't attack them first. I can tell you that now. The elf cast magic missile, did not attack the prince first.
And
But-
the others, Jaril and
the-
Lane?
Lane shot Lenza at Lenza with a bow first. She did.
I thought it was a
I'm telling
dart.
you right now.
Actually,
came through.
out of character here, and
Yeah.
DM just a player, you shot first. You took the first shot. You went through the door, saw him, and took a snapshot.
No, we didn't shoot at Lane. We shot
you
at
did. No, you shot- Vada.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't
That's all right.
think so.
That's okay. It doesn't
Mm.
matter.
So
what he's
who do we
saying.
have?
Doesn't matter
It does matter to me.
things are
'Cause
going
I
to
considered
unfold.
that self-defense when we came through the door because she hit us with a dart first. That's what I remember. Because we tried talking to her and she attacked us. That is what I remember. I do
Hands
remember.
shot first.
Considering you were not given leave to enter my residence, and they were, then they had every right to try and repel the invaders. But that is beside the point. You will accept the guilty verdict. You will be executed. But it will be in visage only.
And then what are we to do? Will you put a glamour on us so we appear to be somebody else for the rest of time?
You know, got some mess for us to clean up.
What just happened then? Whoops. Ooh.
If Varda did attack you, why are you still standing here?
I'm not really sure. We were confused why she ran off. Maybe she was just trying to make us turn up into your abode to like cover up her other killing. I'm not really sure why she led us to.
Varda doesn't need you to cover up her killing, because if she kills at the behest of the Elven court, then who am I to stop them? If she tries to attack me and I defend myself, that is something other. But if she kills one elf, and she is an elf, and she kills her colleague or her prince, then that is elven law.
I meant your apprentice.
Oh, I said I know who killed her.
Oh,
And-
that was someone else, was it? Okay.
Yes, I am pretty certain that she was probably killed by Varda, and I mourn her death. Amriel was only young and did not deserve that. But if Varda attacked you, why are you still standing?
Well, I didn't say Varda necessarily attacked us, but someone in her party did. It was her group. They attacked us at the Sly Wink. We were forced to jump out a window.
I see.
Yeah.
Here is the conundrum. The Elven Court is currently... It is the belief of Prince Vereen, or it was before he was brutally killed, and I believe it was incredibly brutal since my floor was awash with blood.
Mm.
It's
Fair.
considerable indeed, and his companions did not suffer much kinder fates, and indeed they seem to have been removed of their possessions. But beside the point, the Elven Court, according to Prince Vereen, is no longer under the control of the elves, but of some other, more malicious, malignant force.
Oh.
They are
Seems
driving the valley inexorably towards a war between the elves and those other species which reside within it, namely the humans. A war which they cannot probably win. A war which will no doubt see them wiped from the valley, but one which they would cause irreparable damage to the infrastructure of the valley and cause countless loss of lives, something which I am not happy with, nor is Sir Etienne here.
I can certainly understand that.
So
Prince
can we
Vereen
talk?
came here to look and seek help. He got none from Castellane, because Castellane is an old fool who considers only the money in his treasury to be of any worth, and not people or places. So
Doesn't it seem like you're sort of serving the person who actually ordered the killing by dealing with us and not tracking them down?
I'm tracking them down as well.
You are? Do you know who they are? Did Gamlin tell you who hired him?
The person who paid you was an ogre.
Okay.
He didn't look like an ogre.
Ogres are natural shapeshifters.
Yeah. But so you've tracked him down, and do you know who hired him?
I am in the process of trying to track him down.
Ah. Cool. Need some people to help you with that?
Possibly, but you will need to accept the guilty verdict and be executed.
I would be interested in accepting this guilty verdict if I could talk to Sergeant Gamlin.
He's a little dead.
Unfortunately, Sergeant Gamblin,
Why is Sergeant Gamlin dead? Surely you offered this deal to him.
I was not able to save him. He was executed by Castellane.
I'm just going to confirm that with Sir Etienne here. Sir Etienne, is this correct?
Unfortunately, it is. Sergeant Gamlin was mostly a good man, but corrupted enough that he fell for the ogre's tricks and hired you. Even if he was confused and befuddled enough that he thought this was a good action, the fact that he did it probably warrants his death anyway.
That's a bit harsh, really, but okay.
He had a position of authority within the city. What can I say? Castellane and his family and the captain of the garrison here, Donalgan, thought it best that he be executed forthwith, and he was. He gave up the information that they sought. He clearly did not think that there was going to be much in the way of punishment other than some form of reprimand and maybe a slap over the wrist, and he hung. It was a shock to all of us, but it is the city's prerogative to do that. However, Lashinara has gotten to you before Castellane. Castellane will probably be here soon. It's up to you.
So what will you do? Leave like illusions of us behind or something like that? Create conjurations? I'm just interested as a wizard now.
I can create simulacrum of you and have them take your place.
Uh-huh. Cool.
But it requires time, it requires resources, and it requires me to start sooner than later, because
Yes.
if you are to be executed, it will probably be pushed forward rather quickly, especially considering the fact that there is an envoy from the Elven Court within the walls of this city now.
Alright.
Well, I, for
It
one,
sounds like a reasonable plan, but if they're a simulacrum for us, then I'm not exactly sure why we need to confess. Like, can't the simulacrum confess? I'm just asking.
pretty sure this wouldn't
The simulacrum will not have the mental capacity that you do. They are bags of meat, effectively, given animatory life, no more. It's up to you.
Okay.
I
Fine.
wish to try and
But that's
establish
fine.
some kind of understanding as to what is going on, and at the very least my apprentice Amriel shall have not died in vain if I can come to some understanding to stop this. I understand that you entered the city with another member of your group, a new member.
Sort of. We entered the city separately.
Yes. I have been scanning your thoughts whilst I have been here, and I will send Sir Etienne to collect him now from the Sly Wink.
Oh.
Well, I think we're taking this
Maybe
deal.
send to collect him after we're out of here?
I
But
will have
sure.
him taken to my residence instead, not brought to you.
Alright. Fine. I guess we'll do the confessing thing. We'll just have to take your word for it. I trust Sir Etienne.
Well, we seem to have been stitched up, so let's at least have a chance to try and clean this mess up.
I
don't
feel
wanna
bad
start-
about making a false confession, but sure.
I don't want to have to. I don't want to be responsible for starting a war.
Yeah.
Well, you think it's a false confession, but ultimately you did kill the prince as a group. Maybe you did not cast the last blow, but as a group you did.
No. Minerva
enter-
did cast the last blow.
You did enter into my residence and you slaughtered 3 elves, one of which I did not really care much for, but the other 2 were noble individuals. The other reason why I would wish, for your sake at least, to have your execution carried through is because if Varda does come for you, you do not wish to be at the end of her blade.
No.
Hashtag agree.
So, that is where we have it. I will leave now and I'll begin the preparations. Do you all agree?
Yep.
Is it? This is a.
Well, sorry.
If you're saying no, say no. So we're all agreeing then. That's what that was.
He will
Yes,
look to
I
the
will
two elves
agree.
in the group, Lenza and Keridon. Are you aware just how tender your species clings to this rock upon which we live?
So, okay. It is at first off, there's a lot of character. You know, I would have argued against doing this stupid thing if I was actually in the party at the time.
Oh,
Unfortunately,
yeah.
unfortunately, I wasn't.
Just so you know, Minerva argued against doing this thing at the time, but was then like, "Hey, I'm a mercenary. Never mind. I'll totally take money to kill people." But that was in its own way me arguing against taking contract to kill people. But I was like, "Nope. Wisdom 4, chaotic. Yep, I'll take money to kill people." And everybody else in the party was like, "I guess that's legit." And I was like, "Alrighty then. No problem. Here we go."
God, I hate you all so much.
It's okay. We have.
Back to this. I look at what's his name, Rashna, and say, as you probably are well aware, I don't care much for anyone apart from myself. Whether my race survives or lives is completely irrelevant to me. But I don't want to die, so your plan seems like a very great one, and I thank you for your help. I apologize for my part in the murder, and hopefully I will not be so misled as I was by the rest of my party again.
Hey, and Gamlin, he said that it was necessary for the good of the kingdom.
For what it's worth,
False lies come from many. Isn't that right?
For what it's worth, I pity you all. It is easy to be led astray, especially when money is dangled in front of you.
Mm.
I do not, unlike you, I do care if the elves perish, because if they go, they will take with them a great culture and history, the likes of which we may never see again. There are few of you left. You should be spared, especially if there is a malignant force trying to drive you towards an inevitable doom. I will do what I can, at least to save the 6 of you. I will speak to you again, either in person or more likely through a conduit. Perhaps Sir Etienne will speak on my behalf in future. Until then, I bid you well, and I must get back to my work.
Fair. Alright.
Sir Etienne will nod. I will go and get your companion and take him to Lashanaра's. At least if he's there, perhaps he will be out of the way for now.
Thank you for your assistance.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we can leave it there.
Sure.
Yep.
I'm gonna go rewatch that episode. I swear that we didn't shoot first. I certainly did not kill the prince without him attacking somebody first.
How much arrows, Julian?
Well, you can get them. They're in the book.
Okay.
Let me have a look. Hang on.
I think it's 5 gold for 20 or something. Is it in the book? Is that what
It
it's?
is arrows. Quiver and arrows is 5 gold. Yep.
For 20. Rightio. Geez, they're expensive.
They are.
Takes a long time to make an arrow.
It does.
Apparently so.
Sorry about the late start, Julian.
That's another
Okay.
good reason to actually have the extender, because you can use broken arrows that way.
Or to have the background Fletcher.
Also, Yeah, legit. If only I knew what my background was. But it
Yep.
probably wasn't Fletcher anyway.
I know what it was. Because I have it written down on... Hang on, can you hear it? That big cardboard.
Nice.
That index card.
Excellent.
That's great.
All right.
Okay. So, how much gold do we have in the party loot?
Well, it depends what people put in there, I guess. We currently have,
Not much, but there's a gem.
yeah, there's a gem. The gem is the only one that's shared between all the party
Yeah.
loot for leveling up. It's what people put in there personally.
Am I able to sell that?
If you want, you can.
It's we wanted to get cut and polished, but it's like, yeah.
Oh,
So
if
what
cut,
what
polished,
level
yeah.
is everyone?
No, I won't sell it because carrying gold around's harder than that.
Yep.
I might just take a tax of. Where's my spreadsheet? I need 30 gold for.
I need
Re-
taxes.
Background.
30 gold, so
counting.
5 gold from everyone for. Oh, hang on. There's 7 of us in the party, isn't it?
Including you, yes.
Yeah. So
And also, I have nothing, so you can't really take anything.
Also, you got. What are you gonna do? What are you intending to do with the 30 gold?
buy rations and arrows.
I guess you could probably do that before you get picked up.
That was the point. I'd do that so we had a getaway mule.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm cool with that. It's cool.
It's
Do that.
it's episode 15, by the way. Session 15.
Yes, I'm already watching it because I need to refresh my memory. You guys made me do.
So it's like 30 gold for the 3 quivers of arrows and what is it? Four trail rations and a normal unpreserved rations.
Yep.
So is there a mule character sheet? Can I see the mule character sheet or
We don't
a
have
character
one.
sheet for the mule.
okay.
Do you just want to know what's on the donkeys?
Yeah. No, I'll just add it to my one. It's fine.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Yeah, probably should have seen a lawyer first, but cool.
I feel like you could tell when you were lying. Just a hint. I got a sense.
Yeah.
Thanks for the game, boys. Sorry I was
Yes.
a little bit late.
That's right. I sent you a text and a message and a few other things, but clearly you are
I was
a
snoozing right
sleep-
through
you're a
it.
heavy
Yeah,
sleeper.
I am.
That's
It was
good.
like I've got hours before the game. I'll just watch like a show or something, and the next thing I knew was like, oh, I'm waking up. I feel a bit funny. What time is it? 10:40. 10:40. That's interesting. It's like, God damn it, we're role playing tonight. Just start running for the computer. Sorry, boys.
That's all right.
All good.
You can watch the discussions with the around which
All
magical-
the Brian's a cunt for not turning up.
It's
discussions
okay.
early on in the game.
I'm just happy to avoid the
The news.
trial episode of Stargate.
You can rewatch the video with them discussing which magic item to take.
Yep, that's
Yes.
Yes, definitely.
So what
Definitely
shit should
listen
we
to us
strip from
taking the
his
job.
body?
Hilarious.
Cool. Anyway, I'm going to sign off now. I will
Yep.
upload that bid. Thanks for that.
No worries, thank you.
We'll see what the other
Thank you,
guys think
guys.
of it. See you later.
Oh dear.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.